Probably have some pills for that.
Like I said, Slanesh.
I just got so excited I couldn't stop it from semi-autoing everywhere.
Fucking heretic.
I think the real problem's a little more complicated than that.
Not in this universe, it isn't. Well, I need to do the recap anyway, so I might as well.
Go ahead and cap it.
When last we left our now, I suppose, bloodied hunters, they had managed to wrangle themselves up a guide, for they still owed a certain doctor of the middle level a favor of sorts, or at least supplies, rather specifically a few organic bits and pieces from out in the vast forest and plains. The forest itself is rather a bit like an evergreen forest, mixed with a lot of oaks and redwoods and the like. It's not random, but it's definitely not something you'd be familiar with in any way, shape, or form. You'd almost call it lush, were it not for the large variety of animals that will happily kill and eat you, of which luckily you encountered barely none. They call it a forest every time, but I've been very specific about that. Like I said, a little like an evergreen, but not. Besides that derailing, that was more or less what happened. A very great deal of the last session was shopping, and, well, no, yeah, you had to shop, fair enough, and preparations for coming outside here. I don't think you want to be prepared enough, because the very first thing that happened is you got tipped over by a bunch of snap tusks as you drove too close, which, fair enough, rookie mistake for rookie hunters. And more or less we have left off exactly there, with you encountering your very first quarry, the snap tusks, and losing so far. I hope things turn around for you rapidly, or this will be a very sad campaign. Also, I'm surrounded by chuckle fucks who won't shut up in the chat, but whatever.
Alright. Since we're not using the MapTool's initiative, we on this side
I
of
have
the
the
connection?
initiative written down right here. It is the start of Percival's turn.
Alrighty.
So I need to have him shoot something, and actually be good at it. Please don't miss for this time, Percival. You're really good at this. Like, you're really good at this.
Can you take out mice?
He misses the snap tusk, hits the crusher roach.
Only one person here knows that thing's there, and I'm keeping it there so he knows, so when it comes down, you all can scream proper. Let's see. He doesn't want to take a shot at the ones right around this. Actually, no, they're big enough to where he doesn't have to worry about pegging her. So yeah, we'll take a shot at one of those. Let's see. I'll let everyone see this because he is an ally.
For now.
Well, he's not shooting at you. Well, there you go.
Kill him and take the bushwhacker.
Well, he basically just, the things have moved so quickly and you've been thrown on the floor and everything's just gone to shit so fast, he just sort of shifts to the right and just takes a shot wildly in desperation before kicking the bushwhacker into reverse.
Oh, sure, he's running away.
Well, he has a very long-distance gun. He has no reason to be that close to those things. He only got that close because he helped they charge his vehicle, which could take it, versus yours. But they've already decided what they're doing, so... if you're curious about the terrain, like I said, it's plains, and I don't have the drawing know-how to make it. So, there you go.
How many
This is
snakes
just a
are on it?
representative photo of the area.
Yeah, that's the rough terrain you're looking at. There's a lot of, like, occasionally rough hills, semi-plateaus, that sort of thing. And these weird bulbous things that... There's not any near the water for some reason. That actually is the curious part. Maybe they got eaten. Who knows? Now then, so Percival has failed to impact anything, and now the Crusher Roach gets to go. So, because you guys caused immediate chaos and trampling and just all the noise in the world, the Crusher Roach gets up. if anyone's wondering, he's over there. It's a little bigger than your vehicle, and very, very ugly, and pissed off looking. It looks a bit like a armored caterpillar that decided it's going to eat everything that is alive, instead of simply plants. It crawls its way on many legs, thundering as it goes down off the rock, and reveals that it is in fact not a speed demon. It's not very fast at all, actually. It only gets to about there. Hold on, I'll lock it to the grid. Okay, about there, and that's about as fast as it can move. It's thundering along, but not going at any great speed. I have missed that reference. No, he's not.
The Rock.
Because I don't know the reference. I shut up.
You need to watch more bad Brendan Fraser movies.
Pretty
I
much,
guess.
yeah.
Well, it looks like the good news is, well, sort of good news, the snap tusks go next. Now, two of them, well, actually, only one of them, only one of them is unengaged enough to notice, oh yeah, that's a problem, and just fucks off as fast as it can go. Let's see, I believe it was 22 that can go. Double checking. Last time I fucked that up for some reason. Yeah, so, alright, yeah, it should be 22. Actually, 24 if it's running, so. Alright, one of the snap tusks, noticing that coming, decides, well, this isn't worth it, and starts trying to fuck off elsewhere. However, the others are a little too busy aggressively beating, or at least attempting to beat, Desmonda to death. And potentially Carnamore, depending on what this one does. I need to roll. Because there's just enough room for that one to get in and maybe kill Desmonda, but at the same time, there's an unengaged. So let's find out.
And they'll kill her in the cruelest way possible. Constantly mispronouncing her name.
Desdemona.
There we go.
Sorry, I don't know why I default to the other version. Well, it looks like Carnamore gets to get charged. Rage. These bulky, practically bull-sized armored monstrosity lowers its face and goes right for you, Carnamore. Alright, this is for, you have not used your dodge, so you may attempt to parry this, if you have any ability to parry.
You can also dodge in melee.
Ah, well, there you go, then. I wasn't sure about that. Good news is, these things are not very, It literally is lowered its head and charged at you in a straight line. You just sidestep, and it just kind of flails at where you were. They're not too good at the whole hit them still target thing. However, two of them still stand.
Is this you announcing a failed attack roll?
Yes.
Okay.
Badly. Like, really badly.
Yeah, they don't even need to try to dodge.
They have a very, very bad weapon skill because they're herbivores and they're not designed to do much besides run at the thing and hope it runs away. However, these two have something planned for Desdemona. They're going to stomp on her. A lot. Let's see if they hit. Ah, that's not good. They've both hit. Okay, well, would you like to roll a dodge against one of them?
Yes.
They've both hit, so...
Well, screw that.
You may use a fate point to reroll if you like.
No.
Alright then, you're gonna get stomped on. I'll just show the damage. If you're wondering what Primitive does, I believe you get to double your armor value versus their attacks.
Okay, so they do nothing.
Yep, they do squat. You feel the pressure of these huge beasts crushing down on you, but your armor is built to withstand stuff that makes this look absolutely silly. So really, as long as you lay still and, occasionally roll so the foot doesn't land directly on your head, it's unlikely they're ever going to do anything to you. Yeah, I told you the worst they can do is flip your car.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks to be all the snap tusks. The other one is dead as a doornail. And still smoking. Seth, it is your turn.
Hooray!
You've taken cover in the about to flip some more land speeder.
Shoot the one like that directly engaged with carnivore.
Yeah. All right. So as a reminder, I'm crouched. I'm crouched amongst the cabin work of the speeder. So.
Yep.
I'm covered from getting attacked by any of those things.
Without them flipping the car again, yes.
If they flip it back onto its ground effect, then I'm actually kind of happy. However, am I what sort of penalties might I be suffering for this, or is it inconsequential because it's just cover?
It would just be cover for you there, since the cabin is open enough and it's flipped more to where the repulsors are facing that direction. Mm-hmm. You really have more or less a clear shot. It's no different than just poking your head out from cover and going pew pew. Especially with it being such a large target with no cover of its own.
All right. In that case, I'm going to blast at Snaptusk number 1 here, so that my allies might be able to retreat into cover with me if they need to.
Fair enough.
Okay. What size are these creatures?
Hulking.
Okay. So what? That's shooting into melee is -20. Hulking is +10, and half range is +10.
So normal BS skill for the purposes of.
Yep.
All right.
So normal ballistic skill plus any changes you may or may not have due to equipment and other weirdness.
Here's the roll while I double check that. All right, my ballistic skill is 45.
Methinks you made it.
Yep. All right, so Tau Rail Rifle. Let's see here.
There's gonna be another dead fucking
giblets.
So, I have to.
I need you to tell me how much pen it has and roll damage.
All right, the pen is
so it is
12.
Gonna try
The pen is everything in the world.
No, I said I was going to try something, and well.
Yeah, penetration 12.
There you go. These things are armored too, but.
Do they have unnatural toughness?
No.
Alright, if they did, they would treat it as 1 multiplier weaker. And I have to roll these three d10s separately, because if any of them roll a 1, I treat it as a 2 instead. None of them did, so 23, pen 12.
You shoot it and bisect it from one end to the other, which explodes into giblets. You're not getting anything out of that one.
Are you kidding? There's 2 fully intact halves there.
I said it exploded into giblets.
There's 2 fully intact halves there.
You ever see what happens when a Mac round hits a Covenant ship or anything, really? It's like that. It impacts, it's split in half, and then the 2 halves explode.
Roger that. That is impact damage, by the way, if it makes any difference.
I know, that's why that happened.
Okay.
If it was laser burning, whatever it's called, whatever the type of laser damage does in this, it would have just been 2 halves, but you basically just punched the thing so hard it exploded.
Well, maybe we'll be able to recover some intact organs from the grass scattered over that away-ish, but...
I doubt that highly. Technically speaking, that's a half action to fire unless it's an unusual weapon. So do you have any other actions? I.e., you can move or whatever else.
Given that I cannot fire it again with the remaining half action,
Which is always weird, but yes.
well, it doesn't need any reloading. I am going to.
I believe aiming is a half action for your next shot.
Oh, that's a good idea, and that's
And,
yeah, that now I have a clear line of sight to it, and I can see it's clearly headed this way, so I am going to aim to line up a good shot on that next round.
fair enough. I believe that adds 10 BS skill to your next shot, but you can double check while we move on.
No, BS is my other skills.
Shut up.
Carry on.
Desdemona, you get to go now. One of the snap tusks trying to stomp on you has exploded into giblets, so that's nice.
Yep, so taking some of my talents into account, basically going semi-auto burst on number 3 and number 4 simultaneously with no penalty.
Sure, why not? Yeah, they're pistol, so they don't get to stomp on you for free, so yeah, go on.
Yeah, no net penalty, I'm guessing?
Well, no, if I didn't have a bunch of talents, there would be penalties for both dual wielding and hitting simultaneous targets.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but she has talents up the butt to do this exact situation.
And the one in melee puts me at 100 chance to hit, by the way.
Yeah.
Good for you. Well, you've hit one of them.
Oh, wait. Need to check a piece of gear.
Alright. I'll sit quietly and let you kill my snap tusks.
Dang it, I knew I forgot to write something down.
Hmm?
The red laser sights.
Hmm.
Oh, they only work on single target, I think.
Yeah,
shots, so this doesn't count.
Mm-hmm. You have to actually, pull, sniper shot it. You can't just, full auto.
Well, these are semi-auto, but yes.
Either way.
I have to be firing them a single shot.
Yeah,
okay,
binocular
so I hit
vision
the first
usually
one.
means you only hit one target at a time, no matter how many guns you're carrying.
So, that, those amounts stick. That means you've, I guess he's gonna try and dodge.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello! Holy shit, he made it!
God damn it.
A snap tusk just dodged point-blank gunfire.
Well, you basically half roll to get your guns up and just fire at the two bulking shapes. One of them you just misjudged where it was standing. The other one kind of lurches to the side as if to stomp where you were and somehow doesn't get, its head sheared off by the fire.
Rude.
I rolled a 5. What do you want from me? That's its agility right there.
You think it's rude it doesn't want to die?
Yes.
Damn animal, why do you not pass?
It's a
Okay,
full action.
Alright.
You may stand up as a half action, or
Well,
I guess
first
crawl.
I think I landed on my feet, but
Did you?
I can
think
stand
the
up
only
as
one who
a
managed
free
that
action.
was I think it was Sigismund was the only one who managed to land on his feet if I remember my note.
Either way, I
according to
stand
my
up as
notes,
a free
everyone
action.
failed, and you failed because you were in the pilot seat.
Free action.
Yeah, you stood up as a free action last time anyway, so...
Oh, never mind.
I've got a trait for that too.
Oh, well, there you go then.
Either way, firing both of those, firing two weapons is a full action.
Ah, well, now I know. Carnamord. It is your action. There's a snap tusk in your face.
Yep, I'm just taking a look at something. Sorry, how big are these things?
Hulking. If I had to measure them out, 7 feet from nose to bottom, and I don't know, about rhino wide. Very bulky. They're a lot like rhinos, actually. You just take a rhino and that's about right.
You know what? I was gonna run away, but fuck this thing that's in my face. Snap Task 4 is getting a full auto burst.
Daka, 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 daka. Alright, well, you do take a minus 10 penalty for shooting into melee, but you get a plus 10 because it's a hulking creature, so...
Well,
I don't take that because I'm using a pistol.
he gets a plus 30 for being at point blank.
I don't get that because I'm using a pistol. Pistols don't have any modifications for close range.
Oh, there you go, then.
It's buried in the rules on pistols way up at the start of the weapons chapter.
Okay, I need to read that then.
That must be why they don't get a free shot on you when you use them in melee. That's like the exchange.
Okay.
So he's using a pistol, so they'll get a free shot, but point blank does not apply for this shooty. So,
But it is hulking, so I get plus 10, and I get plus 20 for doing a full auto.
Yar.
How much do you get for a full auto?
20.
Plus 20. Just like you get plus 10 for using semi-auto.
Damn it.
Right.
So number 4 hit, by the way. Derp.
Alright, well, derp, you still
I
didn't hit either way.
know, but that's what I mean. Damn it.
So yeah, that makes my total skill with modifiers 64.
What's your rate of
Fuck.
fire with that gun?
I'll
This
double
one
check.
needs... I think it's full auto only we ruled.
Yeah,
it's
we modded it to be full auto only, so it's got a rate of fire of 5.
Okay.
If he pulls the trigger, it's going off.
It can shoot single or full auto. Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah, you've definitely hit the thing. So, it'll try and dodge, because this is just funny to me now. No.
So
I can't
5
have luck like that
shots.
twice.
Oh, wait a
Alright,
minute.
roll.
What did you say your skill was with modifiers?
64.
So yeah, degrees of success would be the next thing.
Mhm.
So not quite 4.
So 3 degrees, that means you can pick one other target or hit this guy twice.
I
You get 1 extra shot.
I get 1 extra hit for each degree of success.
Okay, well there.
Full auto, not semi.
Up to 5.
Right.
So that
4
means
hits total.
that means I just blasted this guy 4 times. So I'm not sure how you roll location damage.
Wait, hold on
There's a
second here.
table that shows it based on the result roll.
Yeah, it's based on your attack roll.
Okay.
It has this whole, like, this one first, this one next, this one.
Okay, where's that located? I need to know how this works.
Oh, it's, the DM's manual has it. It's way at the bottom. There's this really nice little screeny thing.
Yeah, hold on.
Multiple
I'm
hits
finding
from
it for
semi
you
and full auto
in
fire.
Yeah, I'm
In the
finding it for
actual
you in
books,
core.
In the core rulebook, it's on page 239 under full auto burst for where multiple hits hit.
He got a 25 for the first one.
Yes, which means the
That's a
location.
52.
The first location
That's
is 52.
body. It's always body.
So body, arm, head. Arm. Hold on a second.
So body, forelimb, head. Alright then.
Alright, so he got 3 degrees of success, so that's 3 extra hits, not attacks. So that makes a total of 8 hits. Which can be spread to different things, I believe. Right, okay. Extra hits can be allocated to the original target or any other targets within 2 meters.
Yeah, that's just him.
Okay, then 8 hits on the snap tusk, number 4.
Monkey salsa.
Well, if you succeed, you scored a hit. Each degree of success scores an extra hit up to the rate of fire. So up to 5.
To the rate of fire. Okay, so
not
5.
beyond 5.
Wait.
So it's the first hit and 3 degrees of success, so 3 extra hits.
Yeah, so I hit the thing 4 times.
Yep. I'm looking at second paragraph of Full Auto Burst.
Well, we know you at least got the 4 hits, so you may roll those, which will likely just kill it anyways. What's the pen on this weapon?
Yeah, it's pen 7.
Okay, well, it doesn't get its armor because
It's
you
a
guys
hell
just
pistol.
have nonsense weapons because it's Gath. So, all right, go ahead and roll damage.
He just started with that, actually.
Yeah, true. Roll your damage and get a boner over it. Come on. All right. Well, it's dead. Just gotta see how dead. All right, so it was the third hit that killed it. That was on the forearm. Nah, see what happens. That is a energy or a
It's
kind of
energy.
weapon. All right, energy.
It's a las pistol.
How many critical damage is this over its normal?
So just how much damage over its maximum wounds?
I
6.
think I'm ever gonna learn the system.
We'll get it eventually.
It is not a D20 system, but it is not the most aggressively inscrutable that I've played.
No, and that last shot put another 9. Yeah, it's dead no matter how I want to rule this. Well, you sear off the front half of the creature, and the bottom half just kind of flops. There's no front half to this thing. There's just a back half. And some liquid on the ground that at one point was a snap tusk.
Yay, I saved myself.
However, you full autoed. I believe that means your turn is done unless I missed something.
Yeah, that is a full round action.
Alright, Sigismund, it's your move.
Hooray!
And we are all now aware of this crusher roach that has gotten off of that boulder and is headed this way.
Oh,
Mhm.
lovely.
And is probably, just because you didn't see how fast it moved, probably going to be here the round after next.
Okay.
Depending.
Unless it charges, but it has not shown to be
Is
speedy.
the land speeder still completely flipped, or is it trying to right
Yep.
itself, or what?
Not
It
flipped.
it is
It's
on
basically
its
keeping
roof,
itself flipped
but it's
due to the way the
otherwise
repulsors work.
undamaged.
Right, okay. Well, people don't seem to be in immediate danger of death just yet. Mostly because the only person in melee range with any of these things now is Desdemona, who...
These things went full bore on me and did nothing.
Yeah, okay.
I told you, these things aren't the threat.
So Sig's gonna just duck behind the flipped speeder for some cover and switch to his Helga. And that'll be his turn.
Alright, fair enough. Percival, you need to
Use your
hopefully
stupid
shoot
arm.
something.
Flip it over.
I can try.
Okay, Percival, please, I gave you good stats. You're actually good at this thing. Please start being good at this thing. Please. Gotta make absolutely sure. That's the 10. Yeah, a 63 is down. Motherfucking goddamn it, son of a bitch.
He missed.
Does he have anything for bonuses? Because, like,
Yes, he does. He has the red dot laser sight, and when he
what's he
hits
shooting at?
he was shooting at the roach.
And are you taking into the size?
Yeah, but
Okay.
yeah, half it this time. It's actually the range on this isn't that bad, so he should be able to get it with. Actually, yeah, that would be a hit, I think.
Because, yeah, the thing looks to be, you know, the
it's
largest
bigger than
size
Hulking,
category. So
Yeah, no, he's hit. Okay, thank God he's hit. Okay. Oh boy, he literally barely hit because
Yeah.
he gets 10 from it being bigger than Hulking. So, oh boy. Okay. All right. So let's see. What can he do when he hits? He can do terrible, terrible things. Is what he can do. All right. Hopefully this works. Alright, called shot to that thing's face. And since he takes no penalties, he just gets this. Wow, this is close to broken if he can pull it off. Double checking my math, because I do not want to have this. Ah, crap, he only barely made it, and this agility is terrible, but not that terrible. Well, he doesn't get the fun stuff. Bang.
Bang.
I don't think I'm going to slow it down. No. That does not slow it down. In fact, I'm not even sure if that hurt. Okay, he heard it and nailed it in the face, but it keeps going. It just kind of looks irritated. Alright, Crusher Roach keeps going. He made his one shot, because he does one shot at a time, and if he stops rolling shit, he'll just kill this thing in one shot, but there. Alright, bad news. The other creatures get to go now. Specifically the Crusher Roach. Okay, how far away is he? Oh dear. Let's see. It picks up speed to basically run, sort of, run scuttle, mouth open at the Snap Tusk, and attempts to pick it up and annihilate it out of existence. Huge gnashing teeth clutch at the Snap Tusk, and I don't even need to roll. The Snap Tusk explodes in a shower of gore as those massive jaws just crush it. That's the name. Snap Tusk's turn. There's only one left, and he is fucking off as fast as his legs can carry him. Sketh, it is your turn.
You did a melee.
Good one, good one.
Charge at it, yelling a battle cry. It will scare it.
Hit it with your sword.
The tower, all known
Try to tickle it
expressly
to
for
death.
the opposite of these things.
Now you're close to it, you notice a few basics about it. It's definitely
What's
an armored. It's definitely very heavily, like, carapace. It's got a very heavy, mostly on the back though. Its underside isn't quite so heavily armored. Clearly, though, unlike the picture, it doesn't really rear up like that unless it's to like flop on something. It generally keeps itself very low to the ground and just runs that thing's mouth open. It almost never closes its mouth fully.
Okay.
It looks a little, I guess the term is dusty. It seemed to have like half burrowed into the boulder, which is part of why it took so long for it to get here.
Gotcha.
So there doesn't seem to be any glaring weaknesses, though I will allow perception checks or like wildlife-based knowledges and so on against it to try and determine something about it.
Actually, I've got a better one for you. As a half action, I am going to use my auger array and inspect the portions of the body that it is revealing to me for any thin pieces in its armor.
Very well. Roll. Still a perception to notice those things. Big as it is, it's still...
some reason, I still reached for the chat box and started typing D20. No. All right. 49 versus.
Versus. We'll use awareness as base if you don't have any skill in the particulars.
Perception is the base. Awareness is one of the skills.
I'm crazy.
But the thing says that that understanding the data that's coming through requires only a tech use test.
Yeah, auger arrays give you a bonus to your perception when you're like looking at normal things that anyone could see. When you're looking at things only the auger can see, it's tech use. You're looking at
and you're trying to specifically notice something small, and
I'm trying to notice thinnesses in its armor or something like that.
Which is why I'm requiring a roll to notice those. The fact you can notice them at all is because of the auger array, and you're using, like you have to look for it.
Well, the tech use is to analyze the data the auger array is giving.
Yeah, the auger array does the scanning.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to the person to figure out what on earth the scan is doing.
So it's... So it just auto-succeeds any perception check ever?
No. Basically, it just replaces tech use with perception if you're scanning for something that the person can't normally see.
Yeah.
Such as how thick the armor
then
is.
roll tech use.
Yep. There's the 49. Tech use is 60.
Alright, that's enough then. Okay, the only place where the plates are thinnest are along its belly and where its eye is. You notice it has a small cluster of eyes at the very front of its forehead between what look like a pair of brows almost. That would be a space you could hit that's definitely thinner. Like, if it's very, very, very small, you could get it with a called shot, though, and that would let you ignore most likely any armor or toughness it has if you can make a shot like that. That explains why, Percival was shooting at its head. It's basically a sweet spot. Otherwise, the head is the best armored part, to be honest.
Okay. I do have the bonus. You said it's plus 10 for aim?
I believe so, yes.
Womp rats are like 2 meters. That's the size of a womped rat. One that's been crushed under a boot.
Lol.
Okay, I'm just double checking if there's any other bonuses that apply here.
It's enormous, so plus 20.
Enormous, so plus 20.
What's the range of your weapon? Yeah.
150 meters.
So yeah, it's within the short range. Point blank is like 3 meters only, so.
So that's another 10, yeah? For short?
Alright, so...
Yeah.
So plus 20 for its size, you said?
Yes.
20 plus 10 for short, so it's 30 so far.
Plus 10 for aim.
Have you got a red dot sight on there?
If he's taking one shot, then yes.
I think that only takes one shot on that weapon.
Check. Yeah, it only has single, and I believe on the form I did claim one.
Yeah,
I got a bucket full.
It's a plus 10 then off of that too.
So we're at a plus 40 so far.
Then a called shot's a minus 20 if you want to try to do that, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So, ballistic skill plus 30 is the effective for a called shot on its weak spot for massive damage.
Ha! Go on then.
Alright, so plus 30 means 75.
Whoa!
Well, you've nailed its weak spot for massive damage. It's going to try and dirge.
It plays a haunting melody.
It dirges. I don't believe it.
What did it
rolled
roll?
a 6. It sort of it was devouring the snap tusk, and you just line up a shot perfectly. It sort of lurches to the side to take another chunk out of one of the a remaining body or just a chunk that had been thrown over there, and your shot just sails over its head. Well, the good news is you made it waste its dirge on you, I guess.
Yeah, on the best shot we had. Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks. I'm sorry.
It happens.
I rolled a 6. These things have been so fucking lucky on their dirges.
Dodges.
Alright,
What did you get? A plus 50 on your roll?
Pardon?
You got like a plus 50 on your roll, right?
Between
For everything
all
he had,
of the
he just took a
modifiers,
penalty
it
to
was
call.
a plus 50, yep.
Yeah.
Then minus 20 for the called shot.
Hang on a second. Plus 10, plus 10, plus 10.
Well, Desdemona, it's your turn, so.
Right.
That thing is.
I think he might be checking something about dodge, though.
No. I'm checking to see if I can make a similar shot.
Gotcha.
Well, you
did
have to be
aim
aware of its
last
weak
round.
point, unless Geth is like, shoot it in the eye, shoot it in the eye.
Is talking a free action?
Is that what he's screaming like a girl?
I was busy lining up a shot, and I'm crouched under here. I was probably too busy.
They are then.
Besides, I'm not used to using the auger array in everyday situations.
Okay, I'm just figuring out the modifiers for this. Plus 10 for...
Smells bad, by the way.
Well, I don't think that gives me a bonus.
No, I'm just saying it smells like carrion, and it's very close. Like, it is definitely bigger than your land speeder.
It's too bad I didn't call out, because there would be almost no reason for me not to make a called shot. I'm actually over 100%.
Well, let's put it this way. Is there any time where you wouldn't make a called shot to something's head?
Well, it's its eyes. Its head itself is
you
not
have to
actually
know
the right
that
thing
the
here.
eye is the point you want to aim for, because that eye is actually really hard to notice, because if you look at the picture, it's not exactly clear.
Right.
What do we do when you reach 100%?
You pretty much are guaranteed to hit unless there's secret penalties I'm taking into account.
Okay.
Yeah, because there will be penalties that you don't know about most
And
of
I
the time.
believe a natural 100, it might just be an auto miss.
I'm fine with that. I mean, there should be
Just
some
like a
kind of
natural 1 is
mischance.
just, you nail the fucker, I don't care what's going on.
Because, yeah, I got a plus 20 for enormous, a plus 10 for short range, and
Big
then
stuff's
plus
easy
10
to hit.
for auto, so... Oh, god damn it. I'll
Well,
roll
one
the
of
other
those
one.
didn't even work, so try again.
That was odd.
Forgot the brackets.
Okay, well,
No,
keep trying.
I suck at this. I am freaking awful.
Take your time, I'm not in a rush.
Hey!
Oh, wow.
Is this semi-auto?
Yeah, these are semi-auto.
So
Okay.
you're going to get the maximum shots you can.
It can't dirge, so...
So how many shots is that? What's your rate of fire on both your pistols?
Semi-auto's 3 shots each.
So 6 shots here.
No,
roll damage
that's
6 times.
semi-auto. That's 3 in addition to the success hit. So 4 from each.
Ah, okay, so 8 shots total.
And I'm going to go ahead and use Kraken bolts for this. Because, yeah.
That's the one that reduces, okay?
That's the
so
one
your
that ups
damage
my
will be reduced by
pen
1,
rating.
but your pen is increased by 4.
Yep.
Noted. So, roll your dice. With that amount of pen... Okay. Go on.
Actually, a system-wide thing I'm realizing is we
What's your
should be
total
rolling.
pen? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
We should be rolling 2d10 as a percentage, not a d100, because it has a different dispersal pattern. And 2d10 as a percentage is what the book calls for.
Oh, is it?
Is it? Okay.
Okay. Easy to do from now on.
Noted.
Have to change all of our macros.
Okay, well, if they want it done that way, we'll do it that way for now on. Right, so what's your total pen now with the additional plus 4?
Looks like 9.
That's a shit ton of pen. Alright, go on. Roll your damage.
So I get, 8 shots we said here?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Okay, so these...
it's probably dead.
I have to do this like this because they're tearing and I get to take the better of the two.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god.
I see max damage in there.
Well, hold on. Yeah, it's not. It's what's funny is this thing is not anywhere near the top of the food chain. It's not living through that. You are presented a target that is impossible to hit at this range, and as scary as it looks, you're armed with freaking space lasers. You unload in its face until you reach about the midsection and realize, oh, it's dead.
Are you adding all of those together? Because only half of those count.
I know. I counted only the higher of each pair.
Nice.
He did.
Woo, bolt pistols.
Yeah, you exploded your way from its head to about its midsection before you realized, oh, right, this thing's fucking dead.
Before
Combat
I'm
over.
sure.
No,
I'm
no, no.
sure
I
that
want to
takes
shoot at
us-
that fleeing one.
Fine, be a dick. Garnamore, that is your turn if you want to go shoot at the fleeing one like a dick.
We're here to hunt them.
I know.
It's only 40 meters away. More bodies means more chance of finding the parts we need.
This is true. So I kind of kept this token around just because I figured you guys might.
I'll try
Credit
to
where
take
credit
a
is
pot.
due. It's a good thing that Crusher Roach did not get into melee. You do not want to get hit by this thing.
I could tell that by the crushing,
name?
Yeah, by the crushing jaws and the exercise it performed on that Tusker.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to take a single pot shot at it.
Alright, sure.
So let's see, plus 10 because it's big, no other modifiers.
Mm-hmm. It's a fat thing.
Meaning my ballistics is 44. And I got 29.
And I'll update my my
Because
fancy
it's
D100.
hilarious, I want to see if this thing can dodge.
Yeah, that's actually sort of important because the book calls for D10s and you're
He
more likely to
leans
get
into the
numbers.
shot.
Yeah, seriously, Jesus.
Yeah, okay. I'll make sure to roll that from now on.
Yeah, you're more likely to get numbers in the middle with 2 D10s than you are with a D100.
Works for us. So, go ahead and roll your damage.
I should probably actually put macros in now.
I got a whole D10 plus 4 damage on it. Okay.
Well, you definitely nail the creature, and it, I guess the best word I'm looking for is honks in pain, but it keeps going.
Well, I did my part. Yeah, that's my turn. And let me steal your
I
macro
guess
once you've
Percival
updated
can
it.
fucking take a shot at it for the lulz. And he can hit it from here, I believe.
I beg pardon?
Yeah,
let me
Percival can hit that thing from here. Alright, so Percival's going to try and take a shot at it. Just because, why not?
Now, once you've fixed your macro, I want to steal it from you again.
Yep, just a moment.
He hit that thing a lot and
Can we add it to
hard, but I
campaign
actually
macros?
he has a trick he can do with this.
That would actually be helpful.
Just testing it now.
Unfortunately, he's not able to bag the thing alive. His shot was a little too accurate, nails the thing, and your previous shot weakened it too much, so it just kind of flumps over dead. He's a trick where he can do fatigue damage with his gun instead of just murdering shit. It's how he takes stuff alive, but you kind of mullered it a little too much.
Well,
Alright, now
everything's
combat's
dead.
fucking over.
I will attempt to flip the land speeder with my, megadendrite.
Still a strength check.
Yes. What does it add? A plus 20, I think?
Should be.
I have successfully added my D100 roller to the campaign macros.
Woo.
Percival rolls up in the bushwhacker and immediately starts swearing at you guys. Some of those are in a language you actually don't understand.
That's not right.
Yeah,
That's-
you managed to flip the land speeder.
That's not right.
Skith, please roll me a...
That-
yeah,
That's
hold
not.
on.
That's not right.
Look at the roll again.
Oh, you rolled a... doofus.
Yeah. No.
Okay, that's still
89.
correct. Skith, please roll me a check to not get banged around.
Yeah, about that.
An 89 versus a 45 is not a success.
Oh, damn it, I am still not used to this. I thought it was a...
Yeah.
Okay, so it just doesn't move.
Yeah, so Fancy D100 roller now rolls 2 separate D10s and appropriately adds them together to get the D100 result.
So I just
Okay.
rolled two
Awesome.
So I just got 2 10s and got a 9.
Huh, I don't see it.
Yeah, me neither. It's not a huge difference, but it actually does skew the average to be a little worse for the players.
Because, this game was already, too easy.
Well, yeah, the average of a D100 is 51. The average of 2 D10s rolled as a 100 is 55. So
Just a second. Anyone who wants my macro, add me to the permission list on your token. Because if you're not seeing it in the campaign tab...
Okay.
So, you
Done.
managed to bag your first kills, and
Okay.
Percival doesn't look pleased, but he does seem surprised you're alive. Friggin' nobles, outfitted with the best equipment there is, unloading like that, there's barely anything left. You wouldn't even be able to get the meat off half these.
Brad, you'll want to remove the old Fancy D100 so you can tell which one is which.
that's a good point. I'm trying to. I forgot how you remove macros from this.
Right-click on it and... Oh, you don't have permission. Hey, Skull Hat! Could you remove the Fancer D100 macro from Carnamord?
He's gone.
Thank you. And the new one added.
Yay.
Alright, so you've bagged your first kills. Unfortunately, I'm going to say 80% are unusable for anything. Percival jumps off to start inspecting what little there is that's workable. He gestures towards the distant corpse. You're going to want to go fetch that over here.
Sig will continue to try and flip the land speeder.
Yeah, can I assist somehow?
Sure, what's your strength like?
Well, it's only 30, but...
Oh, you can try.
Yeah, I can't.
Ah!
Okay.
Oh, shit. Okay, Sig.
Actually, question. Can a D10 roll a 0?
Good question.
No.
If you roll a 10 on the D10 you're using for hundreds digit, that's actually a 0.
Okay.
And actually, that's true for both of them, but 0, 0 is 100, not 0. So, yeah.
Alright, well, regardless, you got an 11, so the thing flips back to its correct side, thankfully. It then makes a noise halfway between a growl, a screech, and a whimper, and promptly thumps to the ground. Its repulsor's dead. You're not sure what's wrong immediately, but something is wrong.
Sig will go hook himself into it and start looking around.
Alright, that'll take some time. What else is everyone doing?
I'll go ahead and roll the attack use now, because I'll also have to take care of something while this is going on.
Percival has requested you guys go fetch that body somehow, because it's one of the intact
Yeah,
ones.
I guess I'll have to do that.
How do you plan to do so?
Not a clue.
I was going to wait till we'd repaired the land speeder and tie a rope to
That
it.
being said, I have jetpacks. Maybe they can help me thrust. I don't know.
Percival pipes up as you're all just kind of standing there uselessly. Oh, that's a 10, so that's a 0, so that's a 6. Good for you. But I'll get to that. Percival pipes up. You're not going to want to leave that body out there. In fact,
Yeah,
we're not
we're
going to
not
stay
going
here
to.
any longer than we have.
Give
You
us
think that's the
3.5
worst predator?
seconds to gather ourselves and get it, and we will.
Well, get on it, fucker. He stomps back to his thing irritably.
He doesn't sound like a Disney villain.
No, he doesn't. He's not supposed to. I
You
guess
hurt
if you're
my
just going to wait on
feelings.
Sigismund, you determine after, I'm going to say, well, alright, 5 minutes, fairly quick. The issue is not external, it's internal. A lot of its systems, when it got flipped, got pulled loose, jacked around, and well, you can fix it, but it's going to take anywhere from 6 to 12 hours. Mostly because you don't have any new parts to replace the old ones, and you don't have a lot of supplies to like glue the old ones back in.
Everybody set your laser pistols to tool.
That won't help.
Works on Star Trek.
This isn't Star Trek.
Well, I'm just gonna go over here. Fuck it.
Yeah, I'll come with you.
Since apparently this guy doesn't know how to drive over and bring something back.
He's asked you to do it. You haven't told him anything.
Yeah,
Tell him with the end of a gun.
I'll
mutter
come with
curses
you
about his
and-
inability to use his car for you. And approach the dead snap tusk.
Yeah, I'll come with you and provide lookout.
Alright, if you're providing lookout, I'll take perception or awareness. As you
I'll
do
fly
exactly.
above. Yeah, I'll fly above you, maybe 20 feet, and keep an eye out from higher up.
Are you sure that board can go that high?
It has full flight.
Well, there you go then. You're hovering in the air stupidly. Then you'd be the first to notice Carnamord, because this is only something you notice if you're either looking directly up or are up. There are creatures, I suppose you'd call them, because they're not birds. They're not quite pterodactyls or any kind of saurian. They're not really bugs either. There's some sort of weird combination of all three in some ways. They look a little bit like great feathery, scaly coats, at least from this distance, and they're circling. You're not sure how big they are, but they can't be much bigger than you. If you had to take a wild guess, those might be the equivalent of vultures. Just probably a way more dangerous.
Guys, we're gonna speed this up. We got space vultures circling.
Alright, well, is there any way I can drag this?
Well, let's see. It's about the size of a rhino. It's more heavily armored. Probably weighs more than a rhino. Can you move a rhino? I mean the animal, not the actual vehicle.
I
So at
told
this
them
stage,
chain
either
link
way.
fence wouldn't hold rhinos.
Let's put it this way. 30 strength is not enough to move this thing on a good day. And even with the addition of the jetpack, you're not moving it. You need either someone much stronger than yourself or a vehicle.
Back to the vehicle.
Scathwood, since you're on lookout, you may roll our perception or awareness. Okie dokie. It's a lot of flat land, but there are like plateaus and small rolling hills of which I cannot put a token down for because for the life of me it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So your vision is a little cut off in places, so there could be things, but as
Our
far as you
immediate
can
vicinity
tell,
is clear, but there are hiding holes and little ridges and whatnot. Okay.
Just
this
wrong like
place would
that.
be rife with ambush predators.
Yeah. Let's get back to the vehicle if you can't haul that thing.
Yeah.
And that
Quick question. Scathe,
Hills, there you go.
Desdemona, how fast are you?
Depends if
Like
I'm
who
using
here
my
walks
jetpacks
faster
or
is the
not.
question.
To interrupt really quick, I have to just go for a second, so fill me in when I get back.
Right up.
I would venture it's probably Desdemona.
All right.
My
Skeeth is inside of that big heavy suit, so Skeeth would be slower.
Yep.
So it'd be about here, and she'd be there.
When the
That's
aforementioned ambush predator shows up.
And Carnamore would likely be still in the same position, just up. And yeah, ambush predators show up. Since you failed to notice it, it's going to do what it does. Let me just see something.
Did Carnamore not have
I'll
any
make this roll
opportunity to
public
notice
because
it and
I'm not
warn
an
us?
unkind. Well, I'm a completely unkind bastard, but I am going to make this roll public. You are so fucking lucky. Adjusting some things.
That's when the Carnifex shows up.
And that's when the Chuds attacked.
So how you doing?
Oh god, they're upside down.
Happy? Well, you're probably not very happy, but... he did. They have... I rolled privately their attempts to be sneaky, and they're very good at it.
Gotcha.
He had 2 attempts, one which you got openly, one you did not. The one that your back was turned, I basically just rolled an equivalent of a listen check. So you have a split second to half turn as you hear probably the sound that'll haunt your nightmares forever. A pair of bellowing, deep whooshing roars. It sounds like it might be inside of a tunnel, the kind of roar it is, but they're very clearly not, because suddenly fangs and claws are flying at you, attached to a, again, weirdly armored body. This seems to be a theme on this sodding planet.
Mm-hmm.
You may attempt to dodge one of these guys. Which one do you want to try and dodge? Actually, let's find out if they've hit before you try and dodge anyone. Because you can do that.
Yes. Yeah, dodge checks are made in between attack roll success and damage roll.
Alright, so the first one is going to try and... oh boy. Okay, lucky you, the first one did not manage it. Hey, neither did the second. Despite their perfect setup, they basically leap over your head in tandem. You're shorter than they were expecting. Then one of them appears to have your hat in its jaws and is murdering it, but other than that...
Roger.
Does that mean he's not engaged in melee, technically?
He technically is. They only just missed. I just flavored it as they ate his hat.
My heavy
Because
armor
they flipped
made
around,
me
and those
stumble,
tails
they
are
went
lashing
straight
around
over
like they
me.
intend to hit you with them. So, now we roll initiative, everybody. Again.
Back, kind of trying to find something.
Oh yeah, I have a macro I can click now. That's +8.
I got 9 total.
16.
Oh, sorry, 10 total.
3.
I'm not last.
Now I got a nat 1 of the D10, so...
Okay, so, since this is important, Skith got a 7. Wow. Well, it's nice knowing you, Skith.
Arnamord and Desdemona both got, numbers uphill of 9.
Does this team
6,
have
what did you get? I see a 1, but what was your total?
He had a 3.
Ah.
Is flat-footedness a thing in this?
Not really. I mean, they're caught out of cover, and that's usually enough.
Yep.
Okay. Just wanted to know exactly how fucked he was.
Des,
16.
what's your total? All right.
16.
Carnivore 10.
Well, I've got good news. Desdemona, you have first action.
Blam, 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 blam.
Okay, well, firing into melee, but they are hulking.
Okay, I have to look up my bonuses again.
Picture is accurate to what they look like. They seem to be weirdly armored lion things. Some sort of feline.
Yep.
I'll just roll twice, because I'm going to do this again. Semi-auto burst on each of them.
Fair enough.
Okay. Firing a melee is going to just negate the semi-auto burst and
Well, they're
range
hulking, so.
bonus. So I guess each of these are made at plus 10. So first shot hits with, let's see, target number of 70, which I guess which one's numbered lower? 1. Okay, they're the top one. That's the one that'll be going after. And the other one misses.
All right. Attempt to dodge.
How many successes do you have on the first one?
Successes by 10, right?
If you're doing full auto, yes.
This is
All right.
semi-auto.
The creature
Okay, so you get
flips-
1 extra hit per 2 degrees of success.
Okay.
The creature flips out of the way of your shot and lands more or less right in your face. Like it did like a freaking full body twist turn. Something that its armored body probably shouldn't be able to do.
Okay.
How many degrees did you have?
That would have been 1 extra shot, because it's a 70, so...
Okay. It only dodges 1 hit per degree of... 1 extra hit per degree of success it made.
How many hits did you make?
2
2
total. So if it has 1
let's see.
degree of success, then it dodged the initial hit and the 1 extra hit.
Yeah, it dodged both then. Sorry. These aren't like the lumbering creatures you've been fighting before. They are fast.
Yep.
So, unfortunately, both your shots go wild as you almost casually take shots of them, expecting these also armored brutes, while thinner and clearly not as bulky as the Snaptusk, still shouldn't be that hard to hit, and are surprised when one just twists out of the way of your shots and leaps next to you.
Well, it's not on Sketh, no.
Well, yeah, there's that. However, the one that's still on Sketh is kind of pissed off it missed its chance at the jump, but and it's going to take its, irritation out on him now. Yeah, well, I'm assuming you already. Well, no, that was surprise round, so you're allowed to have your dodge/parry against it. So we'll see.
I return, kind of.
Okay, so it rears up and its paws come crashing down, and expecting that you just lean back far enough. However, that brings you into a surprise situation, because suddenly that long tail, ending with a bundle of thick armored spikes, swings around its own body and thwaps you upside the... looks like the... Yep, just right in the chest. Thump. You can try and dodge it, obviously, but...
I'm not going to
that-
have much other use for it. Mind you, my dodge is 7. That's not a 7.
Nope, right in the chest. Okay.
And there's nothing else I can use a reaction on, so...
What's your chest armor like, guy?
The armor on my chest versus damage type?
Impact in this case.
Impact. I have... total of 7.
Alright, I'll just check something. Okay, you take 3 wounds as this thing makes a noticeable dent in your armor. Thud.
Do I get to roll my toughness?
You may, yes.
I can't remember. Is that just a D100 roll, or is it D10 plus toughness mod?
I thought toughness was just added to your armor for reducing
Yeah, I thought
damage.
toughness was... Yeah, she's got a point. I thought toughness was just a set amount based on...
Oh, okay. My toughness mod is 3.
Okay, taking that into account. Your armor was 7?
Yep. AP 7 plus toughness 3.
Huh. On the nose, almost. Okay, so you take 1 wound.
1? You said
Yeah,
I take
that's
3
kind of
after
1.
accounting for my AP 7.
Oh, yeah, you're right. No, wait, this thing... Does this thing have... Oh, I'm looking at the claws. Sorry, never mind. You take nothing.
Okay.
So it thumps, and it leaves a noticeable dent, but luckily none of that is anywhere near your ribcage. It roars irritatingly. It seems surprised you're still there. Next in line, then. Garnamord. Save the day.
I'm just trying to see how things work when I'm flying.
Don't think it impacts your ability to attack at all.
Yeah, but I think there was a thing where if you don't move when you're flying...
In the case of the board, yes, if you don't continuously move, you have to make a check to stay stable in the air, especially when you're trying to fire off a gun. The board wasn't exactly the most stable platform in the universe when it's in motion.
Yeah, so I'm just checking out vehicle actions. Oh, in order to run, I need to make a drive test. That's good to know. Okay. Not that you ever need to run when you're going at 15.
You say that, and you haven't seen this Scour Lion start running. Yeah, it makes it a little more clear.
Yeah, from what I can glean from this, if I don't move while I'm actually in the air, my board will come down, and then I just need to make a test to make sure I don't hurt myself. So, I'm going to take the risk and do a full auto on Scour Lion 1.
He is in melee, but he's also hulking, so that essentially negates itself, so just normal BS.
I am on higher ground, though, so...
Fair enough. You are, in fact, on higher ground.
Trying to... that. Okay, so I get a plus 10, then plus 20 because I'm doing full auto.
Take your shot, sir.
Okay, I'm just double checking, so that's 64 again.
Pew, 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 pew. Yeah, there you go. Hey, this one has already used its dodge, so it cannot.
I actually got 5 degrees.
Yep.
It's taking 5 shots then.
5 extra.
I only shoot 5.
You're using full auto?
Yep.
The listed attack rate is 5?
Yep.
Yeah, that's the number of extra hits you can earn, not the total number of shots.
But it uses 5 shots per round when I fire it in full auto.
No, it uses 6.
Okay. I have been doing this wrong then.
And that's why the rate of fire lists 1 as S.
Ah, I see.
Always kind of wondered that. This makes sense now.
Okay, well,
Nothing makes sense.
I'm not in any danger of running out during this combat, but I'll keep that in mind.
Roll your damage. I'm presuming pen 7, right?
Yeah, pen is 7.
Okay. Go ahead. Alright, I need to see if you've managed to kill it or not. You've badly wounded this thing, and you can see like part of its like musculature and bone exposed in places, but it's still standing and not very happy looking.
So, high armor.
And now at the end of my turn, my board will descend to the ground, so pilot personal just to make sure I don't crash the damn thing.
Please crash, it'll make me so happy. He crashes.
I'm going to spend a fate point to re-roll that.
I win either way. Does that make your pilot skill?
Right now, my piloting is 42.
Well, is this a bonus for landing on even ground? You know, that sort of thing.
I would give him a 10, yes, for even ground. However, he's still 2 off. He was 20 feet up, and he's kind of just straight
looking
dropping.
for bonuses.
The board also operates on an anti-grav engine of some kind, so that should offer some sort of bonus. But
yeah, the
it's not a
flat
normal
ground
flyer.
anti-grav straight down.
It's not your normal flyer where it actually crashes.
Hey, you know, you're not going to crash. You just fall prone and take no damage, guy.
That's
you
fine.
just go flop.
Did not stick the landing.
Oh,
Yeah,
I can write my...
You're not gonna You're not gonna meteor the ground from 20 feet up on an anti-grav board. You're just gonna flop.
So yeah, the board landed nicely, and then I fell over.
Yeah, pretty much. Flurp. All right. Nice landing. So let me just. That was number 1, right?
Yeah.
Hmm? What number?
That he attacked.
Oh, no.
Yep, he shot
don't
up
know.
number 1. Okay, so Skith. Oh wait, no, Percival gets to shoot first.
I'm amazed he rolled into this one.
Yeah, he's debating whether or not he's even gonna bother. Cause,
Well, we could, you know, kill him and take his vehicle.
he is your guide, and that does mean dealing with shit like this. So
if
we'll
he
try and
doesn't
finish
help
off the
us,
wounded one. Wow, okay. He nailed the thing on a 4. Alright. So that's a lot of successes, so this... Yeah, this thing's too wounded for him to bag it alive. He takes a shot, and even if he made a perfect shot to the thing's head, and it just blarf, dead. Flops over immediately. It was on its last legs anyway.
Good.
Now, Sith, it's your turn.
Okay. Remind me, there isn't attacks of opportunity, right?
No. Only if you're trying to fire a rifle in melee, I think they get one, but otherwise, no.
Right.
Running away is running away.
Yeah, but as the thing is, engaged in melee just says adjacent. I should be able to take a step as a half action.
A specific action to break off from melee.
Okay, is that in the list of action descriptions?
Yes, it is. It's a full action to break off from melee and move.
That's exactly what I was trying to look for and fearing.
Yeah, otherwise they
Disengage.
get to attack you when you try to leave.
Flee for your blue-skinned life.
Breaks off from melee and may take a half move. Opponents that were engaged with it cannot gain any free attacks. See fleeing sidebar. There we go. That's why I couldn't see it, because it's on that damn white on pale text.
You know, being this close to the roaring creature, you realize that while it's definitely feline, it also has some slightly baddish features.
It's the Batman.
It looks like someone took an angry bat and a lion, and then an armored creature, put them in a blender and saw what came out. And it was pure evil. And pissed off. Would you like to combat roll out of this situation?
Yeah, if I move away, it is just going to attack me again.
However, if you move away, it helps everyone else shoot it before then.
Yeah, the penalty isn't actually slowing either of you two guys down. So, considering how tough these things are, I'm going to help out in that way. But my rifle is not right weapon here. So, where is...
You're so damn lucky only 2 showed up.
Yeah, I noticed that was a D6 plus 1.
Yeah, the minimum amount is 2, but you could have been a lot less lucky.
Yeah.
Now, that's not to say, like, 6 of them would have jumped you. I'm just... that would have been funny, but...
So, I drop the rifle. It can handle a waist. It can handle a waist height drop without risk.
Well, let's find out if it can.
I have looked at those sort of things.
I know. I'm fucking with you. Go on.
It survived being thrown out of a vehicle.
And the pulse pistol comes up for a semi-auto burst.
Alright.
Alright. I am engaged in melee, not point blank, so I don't get plus 30. I get merely plus 10.
Okay.
And its size gives me a plus 10, you said?
Hulking, so yes.
And the plus 10 for semi-auto. So that is for 75.
I think it's going to try and dirge that.
One thing, you can't actually semi-auto.
Why so?
Drawing a weapon is a half action, unless you talent it.
This is a personal sidearm. It is at hand that easily.
Well, I don't know. I had to take quick draw to do it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how at hand it is. Actually, is this the one inside of your arm? Arm. That thing.
Yes, and it is a best quality Tau pulse pistol.
Oh, the armor might make a difference there.
And I think the armor lets you get it to hand almost instantly. Yeah, yep. Alright, I'll rule that you can semi-auto. However, I have bad news for you.
How good was its dodge?
It dirged.
How many degrees of success?
You're already in melee with it, so it gets to do this. I'll just roll this one openly.
But how many successes did it dodge by?
Yeah. It rolled a 2.
Gotcha. I did get 4 degrees of success.
It got a lot. Actually, I think it got 4 degrees of success exactly. Let's see. At a 2, its agility is... Yeah, exactly 4 degrees. Huh.
Silly agile catties.
That's what they're here for. Not everything here just tanks your shit.
Mm-hmm. Alright,
so this is
as a free response to a dodge, it gets...
the tail lashes out, and lucky you, it misses your head by inches. And apparently its response to point-blank shooting is lash with tail. However, it missed. However, I've got bad news for you. It's next in initiative.
Have I gone yet?
No, you're about to go after this thing murders him. You rolled crap.
I did.
Oh, and you rolled the lions separately.
Mm.
No, wait, hold up. No, that one over there.
This one?
Yeah.
No, I
got mullered.
I went before this last time.
Yeah. He took it dirged. It tried to murder her. It failed. Actually, I don't think it got its murder off. I think... no, I think it tried to
we
attack
haven't
and failed.
we haven't
And-
been through a full round yet, and that thing already tried to take my head off just right ahead of me.
Yeah, it did.
Well, these two had a surprise round on leaping on you, but I don't think...
No.
No,
This
I'm
is
talking
the way
about
the
after
round
that.
went. I got
After-
first in the round, then I shot at both of them, missed that one. The other one dodged. Then the one on him tried to take a bite out of him, hit him with the tail.
Yeah,
I must have done that in the wrong order,
And
because
Desdemona
one was
hasn't had another
higher
turn yet.
initiative.
Well, you had Lion 2 already attack Sketh this turn.
Yeah, that's not... Well, then Lion 1 should have gotten its attack in after Des fired. So one of these lions was supposed
If you want
to
to have it
extra.
take a swing at me, go for it. Before I
For fairness' sake, I don't know how I got that mixed up.
Magic.
A techno wizard did it.
Fuck it. You live this round. I mean, I've been picking on Sketh somehow this whole time, so I'm just gonna say, such is life. I'll bump this lion up to a higher initiative, but otherwise nothing else will happen. So, Sigs, your turn.
Hooray! Now the question is, can I make a semi-auto?
I don't know, can you?
Well, I was working on the thing.
Yeah, I'm thinking you were elbow
yes,
deep
you
in
have to unplug
mechanicals.
yourself in order to fight. That will
And then-
take your whole action. Because you don't want to do it quickly. You really don't want to do it quickly.
The plugging in is literally one cord.
Yes, and your mind is currently one with the Omnissiah. There are rituals for this shit. You don't want to unplug quickly.
Bah, fine.
I mean, at the worst, unplugging yourself and then drawing a weapon probably takes a turn.
Normally, yes, but just the ritual, even the quickest ritual for a combat situation
It's a
takes a turn.
single cable.
And that's not the part that takes a while. It's the asking the blessing of the machine spirit, unplugging yourself, thanking it for its trouble, and turning around. That takes about 6 seconds. A turn. Yes, it is bullshit, but I've looked up tech priest things, and this is the bullshit they have to get up to.
You have a page reference for Sig so he can look it up in detail?
There's no hard and fast rule that says they have to, no, but I am ruling it this way because he's a tech priest. You don't just jerk yourself. It's like cutting off a conversation with your pseudo-deity halfway through. It'd be considered very rude in the best of circumstances.
We've went over that he's a heretic, right?
He's not a superstitious man.
He's
Actually,
actually
that
a
is a point.
heretic.
Yeah. On the other hand, I would perfectly well understand if it took you a half action to simply close whatever session you're doing normally.
You know, I'm fine with not being able to shoot or anything this turn, because I had to get out of the thing and draw a weapon and turn to look at the shit, but...
Alright, yeah, we'll say you have your weapon out then, because you are a heretic, so... That does mean your respect for the machine spirit is vaguely non-existent, so alright then.
Yeah,
Fucking
the
heretic.
gods. I will dismantle the gods and make them into pieces I can put in myself.
Fucking heretic.
Yeah, well...
Alright, top initiative, Desdemona.
Blam.
Blam!
Blam if you like. To remember what happened last time.
Yeah, well, both of them are firing at this thing now.
I'm gonna guess it needs to dirge.
Yeah, it's gonna need to dodge.
Didn't it dodge
No,
the
it
shot
dodged,
that I made at it?
Yeah, it's
Yes,
already
but new
dodged.
initiative round.
Yeah, new initiative.
Okay, carry
Yeah,
on.
on the top of the list.
Oh, I figured that would reset
that's
on its turn, no?
0 and a... Oh my fucking god, really? Okay, no, I didn't roll that high. Okay, so it still succeeded, but only succeeded by 1, so...
So it dodges one additional hit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one hit total.
Yes, it's dodged 1 hit total out of however many you made.
Yeah, how many successes do you get on each shot there?
Let's see, I gotta take the penalties in. Hold on, for the melee penalty.
What, minus 10?
Yeah,
minus 20,
firing into
actually.
pale, yeah, minus 20.
Oh, minus 20? No, that's not enough.
So yeah, it's a 70. So Yeah, I get my full shots on both hits.
Which means
Then
8 total
minus
shots.
Total of what?
7 with the dodge.
So, yeah, all right. So 7 with the dodge. Going. Yeah, you're the one that really needed to dodge. Okay, so take the higher of the 2 rolls. Let's see. What's the pen on your weapons?
Let's see. 4?
Interesting. All right.
Yeah, I'm not using the fancy bullets for this one, so.
That's 137.
Well, it does get to subtract things from, like, armor from every shot, I think.
Is it every shot?
Yep, every individual shot.
I thought we talked about this before and it wasn't.
Even if not, the lowest one there is 13, so I'm
Well,
fairly
it's been
sure
brought up
Skullhat
before
can...
that there's no way to... I think it's been brought up because you asked before, and I keep giving you the same answer, which is there's no way when you're like semi-autoing and full autoing to hit the exact same spot over and over and over and over again. So it still get its armor, even if you hit the body over or the head over and over, you're not hitting the same exact spot of the head over and over and over again. So it still has its armor there at the very least. Now I think toughness you only get once.
Actually, I think toughness goes on both.
Well, then
The
toughness
only
goes on
reason I
both.
think that
That's why
is
we've had
'cause-
this conversation before.
I know, and the only reason I have to saying that it does is that dual shot explicitly says it only counts once against both shots because of dual shot. And I see no reason why it explicitly state that if it wasn't the case otherwise.
Yeah. And you're using dual shot in this case?
No, I wouldn't get all those shots.
Yeah. So, let's see here.
I mean, just combine its armor and toughness multiplied by
after
7.
The second shot, it was fucking dead. It's vaporized. There's nothing left. There might be some chunks somewhere, but you don't see any.
So I have a question. How are we supposed to ever get any kind of hunting done if we vaporize everything?
I don't know! Why did you bring super deadly fucking weapons out here that vaporize everything in a single shot?
Because they're super deadly creatures.
Yeah, but that wasn't the goal here.
Yeah, and even if not, we had no way of knowing this until we tried it out.
Well, now you know.
So quit
push
chewing
myself back to my
us out
vow.
for things you have let us discover only this minute.
Well, I believe Percival informed you that the weapons you're bringing won't bring back a whole lot of game.
Yeah, he kind of implied that was because we'd be dead, not...
Yes, that was your weapons aren't big enough conversation, not your weapons are too big.
Yeah.
Actually, he was more, you're unskilled, but your weapons will just kill all the game out of existence anyway, so...
That is not
It's kind of a
what
combination
you
of
said.
reasons, but you didn't
Yeah,
clarify
that is
with
not
him, so
what
that's
he
your
said.
fault.
You know what?
So let's get back to the speeder. And
You know what?
And
Screw this. Let's go mine a moon.
Screw this, let's go mine a moon.
Well, what's this doctor really need? Fuck it.
This is one of, like, 2 people on the planet that'll, fix you and you owe him.
I'm
And he's
okay
part
with
of the
other
underground,
person.
so he probably has connections.
I'm okay with going to the other person from
Hey,
now
you
on.
want to make an enemy of a doctor, that's your business.
yeah, I don't
I'll
think
kill him.
he's...
Then he won't be
I
an
don't
enemy.
think this particular doctor is mentally capable of holding a grudge. I'm going to announce to the guys in character here. So maybe maybe we just give him what we've already got and whatever we can salvage from these Tuskers and tell him that he can contract us to get more at a markup.
Technically, he already has, because you owe him, and you agreed to pay him this in order to fix your face.
Why don't we
Yeah,
just give
and
him
we're-
about...
And now
He
you're...
gave me 10% of the
Let's
promised
just give him
healing,
about
so we're
3
giving him
times
80.
what it's worth. We have the kind of income where we can just throw
We can
money.
just buy what we need for 1 profit factor.
This is true. That was
Yes.
an option. You just chose not to choose it.
Yes, we've definitely, he only gave me 10% the promised healing. I say giving him 80% of his payment is fair. Maybe.
Percival pipes up. No, not one of these was an alpha, and neither of those big uns you managed to take down are on the list. And concerning what's left of them, I doubt I'd be able to make anything off them.
And there's
I mean,
that.
I expected you lot to die out of inexperience, but apparently you actually know how to shoot fairly, and you brought the wrong kind of guns. There's a reason I'm using this thing, and he lifts his rifle. Instead of, I don't know, a cannon.
It's a good thing we didn't pay anyone to tell us these things.
You brought me to guide you. You didn't say do the hunting for you. I even described what the critters were like, and you handled yourselves. I'll give you that. But if you're after bits and bobs, I presumed you were gonna not aim for the head or full auto them every single time.
Hey, why don't we just pay for him to do that, to do this for us, and go sip some cocoa?
You can do that, yes. That is, in fact, an option. In fact, you could just get in your car, have him go hunting for you, and you all sit in the back with your fancy guns, laughing and letting him do all the actual work. Like proper nobles.
We're not nobles.
Yeah,
Also, if
but
we're
acting
going
like
to
him.
do that, let's repair the car first.
Speaking of that, Sigismund needs to plug himself back in, and the machine spirit is not happy to have this happening again. It's invasive. But after another, almost a half hour of basically between having to like actually open the thing up and look at what's there and screwing with it, I need a tech use, please.
Oh great, Sigismund's macro's broken. We better have Ty look at it.
I think I passed.
You passed. Bit of a pickle though. Yeah, you can fix this, and you can fix it in 4 hours.
That doesn't sound like a pickle.
Being out here for 4 hours is.
Yeah, so 4 hours is your minimum repair time. You just need that amount of time to just get everything where it needs to go, and make sure it stays there longer than a minute.
How big is the land speeder compared to Carnivord's? I don't want to say shuttle, but
What thing are you comparing it to? Like the Carnivord's ship?
Yeah.
We can fit that in the cargo hold if there's nothing else in it.
Yeah,
I assume
barely.
that's how we got it here.
That's not how you drove this thing here. I'm just saying you could
No, I
theoretically.
mean onto the planet because we want to bring it to the ship and back. So.
Oh yes, that is how. So yes, and yes,
then
it
let's
can
just
fit.
get the ship over here.
If I remember correctly, we didn't do that in the first place because there are aerial predators around here that would take umbrage.
And they're a bit worse than the stuff on the ground.
How about we just go to a different planet at some point, find a better place that sells land speeder, because this thing's a piece of shit.
It's the only one you could find, and Sketh is quite good at finding these things. I mean, the nobles have some, but they're not sharing, and you don't have the connections to deal with them just yet.
This is also, what, the only civilized planet in the system?
Yep.
Inhabited. Well, populated, yes. Inhabited, there might be outposts.
Well, unfortunately, this thing doesn't have wheels, so we can't tow it back.
Nope.
I
You
have
could have
a
gotten
question.
a normal vehicle, but you wanted the hovercraft, so there you go.
Actually, question. Just the repulsors. Are they... Okay, like, are they damaged and not working because they're damaged out of power, or is it just because they're damaged?
It's a connection issue between those, the engine, and the other complicated stuff in here. To be frank, you don't actually fully understand it yourself. You just understand how it's supposed to look and are trying to match that up. Because again, this technology is kind of beyond anyone's understanding anymore.
Yeah, from his description, they knocked it over and that shook the control systems loose. There's not actually any damage. It's just all knocked
Yeah,
out.
this thing could take a it can, like,
So-
physically it's armored enough to take a flip, but internally it's
Here's
not.
a question. Could he get a different kind of time frame for just getting the repulsors working with no controls?
So it just goes in a straight line. Oh, I see what you're
So
doing.
they could tow it.
That's clever. That would reduce it by 2 hours. Because the repulsor lift is still the big
How long
issue and
until
the hardest
nightfall?
part to get fixed.
Well, okay.
How long until nightfall?
A long ways off, like 8-12 hours.
Okay, this thing is a piece of shit anyway. Why don't we just leave it here and go back in the bushwhacker?
Pretty much.
Also
We didn't
an
actually lose anything
I
by
have a question.
getting this.
How
Go
much does it altered by me having a much higher tech use skill.
Define much higher.
If I took attention spanner and got all intelligence at plus
that
30.
might reduce it further down to just a single hour.
Still an hour in here.
Yep.
Let's just pile back onto the bushwhacker and leave the stupid thing here. Let's go find something else to do.
I have no complaints with that.
I have one last thing I want to check before we do that.
I mean, I only really wanted the hover vehicle, so we had an all-terrain vehicle.
And now you won't anymore.
Yeah,
On
well,
the
we
truck
can get
wheels.
something else.
Yeah.
This was the only one you can find on the planet. Anyway, go
Well,
on.
no, there's only land speeder. We'll just get a different vehicle.
Does the bushwhacker have that bed it appears to?
Yep, it's caged right now and obviously designed to carry, well, animals, not people, but it has it.
Will that cage flat pack to put the speeder on the back?
It'll slow you down immensely, but it can do it. It's designed to carry heavy creatures, and this is heavier, but still doable. It's of the right size.
I probably should have brought this up earlier, but my ship is capable of acting as a skimmer.
Probably should have mentioned that earlier.
Yeah.
Spaceships that fly are all capable of it. It's in the rules in Into the Storm.
Yeah, keeping low to the ground and being able to function as a skimmer means you don't have to deal with necessarily the sky creatures that will eat you.
That will help next time, if there's a next time.
Yeah, I forgot about it, but
No
yeah,
problem.
Flying spaceships can operate
Couldn't
as a
it get over
flyer
here,
or
then?
a skimmer.
Carnivore pipes up while we're all trying to figure out what to do. Why didn't we just use my ship? It can do the same thing this thing's doing.
It's just, 10 times the size.
So wait, couldn't we get that over here to get the speeder?
Well, going
then?
by land is a little slower than just a straight flying over the forest thing.
Yeah, how long would it take to get my ship here?
It took you guys about 3 hours, and you had a guide, and the fellows piloting the thing do not have a guide, unless you want them to pause and try and hire one.
We have our
we'll
radio
just
is a
bring
homing beacon.
Doesn't help. Well, it helps, but not in the same way you're thinking.
We'll just leave this here and bring my ship next time.
Because they could also run into creatures on the way there, and, well, they're not very... They're all thumbs.
They don't have the gunnery anybody else does.
Right.
Alright, well, if we're going to leave this here, I'm going to just take a
Well,
look
the
at it
option
then.
is to just haul it onto the bushwhacker and go like that. It can.
You can fix it up on the move.
Yeah, we might as well just do that so we can keep it. Might find a use
How are we
for
getting it onto the bushwhacker?
It has cranes.
It actually does have a crane.
Alright, fair enough.
The process of
put
doing
this
this, though, will
plan
take
to
30
principle.
to an hour. Well, actually, more like...
That
There's no-
sucks then.
Yeah,
way
that's
to avoid the whole time thing. Everything
You're just trying
takes
to get
time.
us to be here for an hour.
Yeah, well, this is the fastest possible way to get us away from these corpses that are going to attract scavengers anyways. So...
So there you go.
But isn't that the same time frame we just do to repair the...
You said
That's only if
half an hour
Sigmund takes
to an
heavy
hour.
drugs and
Yeah,
goes
that's
into
if I
wacko mode.
pass a difficult willpower test.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
Oh yeah, he'll just pass that test and not gain 20d6 more insanity points.
Not how that works, but yeah. If I fail that willpower test, I get all tests at a minus 20 for 3d10 rounds. Because I'm just utterly distracted.
Well, this was a failure. Let's just let's go back, pay this guy to do our hunting for us, and find something else to do.
That, as ever, is an option. Ah, hell, it borked again. I don't know why it keeps borking when I try and... whatever. 1 second, everyone.
Bird.
Well, I'm not going to lose any data, it borks itself sometimes.
Yeah,
I
Oh,
can't figure out why it borks itself.
you have to cycle the server.
I'll explain what happens to you when we finish up the session.
Blah.
I'm just happy I don't lose any data whatsoever. Like, it's exactly where you were.
Let's go mine that moon that nobody can mine.
On that note, could we update the overall tokens of the ones that we had on the map because we did all the macro stuff there?
Oh, yeah, you want to move your tokens to the token. Oh, sure, yeah, just do that.
Yep.
And get rid of your old ones, you should have command of them. If you don't, for some weird reason, say something. Anyway, let me just check some stuff, and I'll see whether or not you guys can get away scot-free.
I don't want to
You
be
are
Scott.
leaving the corpses behind, though it does take you a little time to get moving.
If we don't want to be Scott, that's what we're checking for.
Yeah, and MacLeod just told us these ones are valueless. We didn't happen to catch an alpha. Either that or the damn centipede ate it.
Entirely possible, yes.
I wonder if that Crusher Roach is worth anything because he's never seen it before.
He knows what a Crusher Roach is, and they're valuable in certain parts, but you seared it in half, and the back half doesn't have anything of note. Its bum isn't worth a whole lot.
Its brain is the
I should actually have you next time check where I'm shooting things. So I'm not even sure if I shot it in the head.
If you bring back an intact Crusher Roach eye, there are some nobles who will pay a obscene amount of money.
Was she shooting it in the head?
It would have been randomized because I didn't call a shot, but it was too late. The dice are gone.
Yeah, the dice are long gone.
Because we didn't actually check location on that.
It was facing her, and she's firing full auto, like, straight at it. Even if you're hitting the body, you're hitting the body from the front. The front is the face. Like, there's no real way to argue that it's not seared in half.
Yep.
Oh, isn't that interesting?
I made the fight wars. What do you want?
Oh, dear.
Did we run into more quarrels?
Technically, yes. Technically, yes.
Are the quarrels fighting to the death something?
They're already dead.
Good news, everyone.
I need to fiddle with the map. Give me a second.
Good news, everyone. I'm sending you to the sector of death.
Kinda, sorta, yeah.
To be fair, this entire source book counts as that.
Oh god, not a question mark.
The Riddler's attacking us.
Resource number 37, loading.
Oh god, it's a girl.
That's just for scale. This is just one of those pictures I found that helps represent where you are currently. And I'm going to draw it out.
What has holes in it and goes down an alley?
I don't know, a whore?
Really?
Batman's parents.
Yeah.
Oh god, that's almost as bad.
Was wondering which one of you was going to jump to the worst conclusion, and Chris did it for us, so...
You're welcome, everyone.
Have you guys never seen that?
No, I know that one.
Oh, sorry, Batman, I didn't know. The answer was a bowling ball.
Oh, that, yeah.
I don't really have like a vine bridge like that, so I'm just gonna have to use something else. That'll have to do. It's gonna look kind of weird, but let's go with it.
Hey, guess what?
Chicken butt?
My feet hurt.
Thanks for the update.
Have you been taking care of them?
I haven't been feeding them or anything, if that's what you're meaning.
Do you kiss them and put a blanket over them every night?
I put a blanket over them. I don't kiss them.
Well, there's your problem. They feel like you don't care about them.
Weird. Why is the object thing doing it like that? I must have drawn them on the wrong way. Hold on.
You probably drew that lake on the token layer, so it's above the objects.
Yeah, that was my mistake. Oopsie doodle.
It's a giant blue slug.
I would love to fight a giant blue slug. Let's do this up.
What if it was a giant green slug?
Fuck that.
Red?
No, only blue.
Only blue?
There. I don't know.
Kind of colorist, don't you think?
I never claimed to be a good person.
That's alright. All the good people are blue anyway.
Dabba dee dabba die.
Oh Jesus! Isn't that? No. That was 96 or 90. No, that was 98, wasn't it?
I have a blue house with a blue window.
Where was that album?
All of their songs sound exactly like that one. It's sort of amazing.
Yeah.
Only they're somehow worse.
Oh, yeah. It was 1998. So my gut reaction that was older than Ian was incorrect.
I have it on my iPod.
You bums are about there.
I'm not a bum. I'm in the house right now.
As I said, you bums.
Considering my living arrangements, I'm sort of a bum.
Did I get a control E to bring the stream to the map?
Oh, one moment. You'll see.
I rent an apartment in my ex-girlfriend's basement.
That sounds very sad.
Every now and then I'm watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Boyle says something that reminds me of my own life and I just want to slit my wrists.
As far as I know, that's the point of that character.
He's the most pathetic human being in the world, so whenever he says something that reminds me of myself, it's just sad. He's treated as being the most, like, the one that got me was, there was an episode where he was looking for a date to go to his fiance's to his ex-wife's engagement party. And someone asked him why he was going, and he says, I have to go, she's my landlord, it's not like I can avoid them, I live in their basement.
Yeah. You know, Chris, you can select them all and apply that state once to all of them.
Sometimes it does weird shit, though. I don't want to risk another crash.
Gotcha.
Alright, that should have brought everyone to where you are now.
Okay, we're fighting flamingos.
Dead
They're
flamingos. Yeah, there are a lot of these things, corpses, just kind of laying there untouched, and it's creeping you the shit out. And according to the guide, this is the only straightaway for a couple miles. They have to go way out of your way in order to bypass this.
Well,
we're talking like it might go nightfall out of your way.
I say we go out of our way. This looks stupid.
Nightfall might be worse.
well, hold on. Are those bodies blocking the
No,
trail
they're not
or
blocking
something?
in any way, shape, or form. It's just they're not untouched. They've been scavenged, and looks like they're not too old though. They look kind of fresh.
Question.
Okay.
Can I get the gun on the land speeder working?
Yeah, it's actually probably the least damaged part, weirdly enough. It's
We have
the
a
part
gun.
you got separate, so it's not that crappy.
I forget what gun is on the land speeder, but we have.
Multi-las.
Okay.
Unless there is a predator in these woods, MacLeod, I am asking you directly. Unless there's some sort of a predator in these woods that is smart enough to leave
I ain't never
scavenged bodies
seen-
out and then attack anything that comes to scavenge on them.
This is be the work of hunters. There's nothing that leaves traps like this.
Great, so we're gonna go through this and get attacked by the hunters.
Yeah, that I wanted.
Well,
That's the kind of
hunters
threat
don't hunt
assessment
another. That's just stupid.
That's kind of our
Do y'all
point.
make enemies?
No, but you might have.
You're funny.
I'm an advocate.
Listen,
I'm an
I'd
navigator.
understand
We're
if I
full of
had
enemies.
cargo worth taking. I don't. I clearly don't.
More
Somebody might
importantly,
steal-
they might spring the trap without knowing what's actually in it.
Well, if we go around, that means cutting through the swamp, and that means adding quite a few hours to our trip.
Have there been any other Xenos activity in this section?
Xenos? Nah, I ain't heard of a Xenos except for that. Well, there was that one feller that showed up, apparently, on midsection
I'm
or
more
something.
thinking along the lines of something Hordish.
What-ish?
Never mind.
Now listen, I've seen plenty of creatures and nothing to do this. Nothing smart enough to lay an ambush like this.
I don't know. He's trying to talk us into this. I think he's in league with them.
So you could just gonna clamber back into the land speeder and man the gun.
Listen, the longer we sit here debating on what we do, the longer those corpses' scent is in the air. The longer that happens, the longer and more likely it is going to be that, well, critters.
Just go.
Yeah, regardless, we've most likely been seen. We're not exactly inconspicuous. We should just go as quickly as possible.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's gun it.
Okay, I've been rolling some stuff in semi-secret.
Yeah, I was...
Sigismund, Des, and Sketh. You notice individual things separately, so I'll have to deal with them one at a time, I guess, sort of.
Okay.
Yeah, one moment.
FYI, I was just about to make a scrutiny to see just how confident MacLeod sounds in this assessment.
Oh, you may do that freely.
It failed, don't worry about it.
He sounds as confident as you expect.
Okay.
Just gotta do something. Alright.
Death.
One of you noticed something I didn't think you guys were gonna notice, to be completely honest.
Impending doom. No, wait, we've been aware of that since day one.
Alright, so we'll deal with this in order of closest to thing and most least likely to know. Okay, so the thing that I'm surprised you noticed is on Skith's end, actually, believe it or not. He noticed that. It's called a land urchin. They're a kind of tiny, spiny, well, not like actual tiny, they're about dog-sized, spiny little creatures that are immeasurably poisonous and are actually the source of the special sauce. The antibacterial spray they have.
Right.
Very valuable. Lethal if you let them, like, poke you to death, but they're not that tough, and like I said, they're very valuable.
Okay.
And there seems to be one just kind of nibbling on the food. A delicious lunch. Desdemona, thanks to her position, actually, not Des, Sig. Sig noticed this. A rock, which is not a rock, over there.
Woo.
You think it might be asleep, actually? So, there's that. Like, it has in no way reacted to your passing. So, in fact, you were absolutely convinced it was a rock until you happened to see part of the fleshy underside, just by chance.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one more?
From Des. This, she only noticed this because she was paying a bit more attention to the trees. And realized those aren't shadows.
Percival?
Hey, he's like about to press the gas. What?
Sig will just point over at the rock that's not a rock.
He has to lean a bit and kind of like practically poke his head out of his own car, like looking at it and goes, "Huh?" And I'll roll.
And there's also something in front of us there. The little guy right beside the big corpse there.
I don't say nothing. It's just a rock.
Isn't that a land urchin?
Well, a land urchin out here? They don't come out here.
More importantly,
they might, but no one ever manages to get their hands on one. You usually have to go through this whole trap system.
We should not move forward.
Why not? There's a land urchin. That's probably worth the trip, to be honest.
Dark shapes, trees straight ahead, due south.
Dark shapes? How many?
Over a dozen.
Over a dozen.
The tree's full of burrs.
That rock is moving and has fleshy bits.
What? Alright, so let me get this straight. Over there in that bush pile is a rock with fleshy bits. And over there is a tree full of shatters. And there's a land urchin amidst the bodies. Am I getting all that?
If this thing cannot do 200 kmh from a standing stop, I suggest we put it in reverse. Because this place is swarming.
Reverse it is. If you think leaving a land urchin, I'm telling you, that thing's... Are you sure you're seeing what you're seeing? Because I don't see anything with that rock, and I don't see anything in that tree.
We shoot that thing, everything else around here wakes up and descends on us. BRB.
Sig
I was
is
kind of
currently
hoping you
trying
guys
to
would
think
miss
of
one of these things, but no, you spied it all through just numbers.
Sig is trying to think of a way to point out to Percival that is a Bargarsar. He has plenty of ways to point it out to himself with the optical megadendrite and his auger array and all that.
What's funny is the optical array is kind of telling you it is in fact a rock. This creature isn't like carbon based; it's silicate based. It is actually like a rock. It's mostly rock.
Back.
It doesn't have wings.
Trust you, slap.
It's a horta.
It's mostly a kind of mineral creature that, well, you're not sure how this thing got created and you don't want to know. You know it's very, very big and looks like a huge-ass boulder and might be asleep.
Actually, hang on.
Quick mind meld with it so it'll stop killing our workers.
You know, if it has fleshy bits, and I notice the fleshy bits, is that because it's like moving super, super slowly? Because I imagine it still breathes.
You're not sure if it breathes. You only notice the fleshy bit of its waddle. Basically, it's curled in on itself with its arms tucked under and all that. And very slightly, the waddle of its chin is kind of peeking a little, which makes you think it's asleep. If it was like trying to ambush you, you imagine it wouldn't see that.
Right, okay. How do the motion predictors work?
The motion detectors?
Predictors.
Oh, what about them?
How do they work? If I point one in that direction, is it going to predict that the wobble is moving?
It's kind of subtle, and like I said, it's not like doing like heavy whooshy breathing, so...
I'm just trying to find a way to point this out.
Walk over to it and kick it.
No!
Like I said, he'd have to get closer or make a better perception roll. So.
Yeah, he doesn't believe you that there's something in that there's something among those rocks.
He has a pretty decent perception, but he rolled like 90, 90, 80, so, you know. I was expecting him to point it out, not you guys, but whatever.
Actually, hang on a second. Where's that diagnostor?
You're just trying to convince him, hey, by the way, Baragarsar.
Yes, it's a thing that's kind of important to know.
Yeah, this thing, well, if you ask him for details, he'll tell you them.
Diagnostor does not give any kind of range at which you can scan someone for stuff. It's a biological scan, and it's in my servo skull.
I'm going to say, how far are you? You're 23 meters. That's a bit distant for a servo skull to manage. I'd say 15 meters at best.
I
Because that's
mean,
already
the
far
servo
ass
scope can
away.
go float over there.
Yeah, if you want.
It doesn't make any noise, so...
Yeah, true enough.
So I'll just motion for everyone to wait for a second, and the servo scope will go float over until it can scan the thing when it's in range.
Okay, do you have a token for your service skull, or shall I just use a smaller version of yourself?
Just use a smaller version. I don't have any kind of skull token yet.
You probably should.
It has... I mean, yeah, but I haven't had any need to actually have it separated from me before.
I believe it is tiny.
Yes.
Alright, let me just... Ah, that's perfect. Now I need to do some rolls. Okay, so it does make no sound, so that's a big plus, and now it's going to scan, so I'll let you roll its tech use.
Actually adds plus 20 to Medica or Perception.
No, the monkeys are... Like, no, they can't fly that far in one turn.
Just need to check the actual servo skull stats.
I was really hoping you guys wouldn't notice the blurs and just get...
Completely
jumped on.
murdered. Then you wouldn't have to deal with us anymore.
No, it's just they have a really interesting mechanic.
Also, you have that
Death
backwards.
Swarm?
Awareness is the skill, perception is the stat.
Yeah, I know. Perception is the thing. You know, with it.
The thing.
It was just mentioned earlier.
Yeah, awareness is the stat. I'm presuming most of you...
Other way around.
Damn it.
Perception is the characteristic.
So I'm saying
Awareness
it right
is the
then.
skill.
So, fine. Awareness, then, if you have it. Perception, otherwise.
That's versus 65.
Okay. The scan is telling you this is not a living creature by normal accounts. In fact, a lot of it is just saying this is some kind of sediment deposit. It's some sort of rock. There's not even the bits that you think are fleshy aren't necessarily made of the same material you would call flesh. You've got some interesting data here, but all it would prove is that this particular vein of ore is fucking weird because it has like internal structure.
Alright, servo skull coming back. Let's just get out of here.
Beat. Alright, it floats back with the data.
It's pointless. Let's flee.
So Percival's like, so full retreat, ignore the land urchin?
Yeah, because this place is crawling with stuff that would probably attack us.
There's something behind us and something ahead. Due west.
So you want me to reverse, or there's something behind us we shouldn't?
Well, we didn't come from across the river over here. We came from over this way somewhere, so...
Just go back the way we came and take the long way around?
That sounds like
whichever is the other way to get back.
Well, the way around means going through the swamp, and that means we might not get back to this hive city before nightfall.
Can we get to the coast?
Theoretically, but I don't want to.
Because the coast would be an easy to point out rendezvous point for our shuttle.
It's also the place where the sea creatures live. Or the ones that eat land creatures, anyway. You know what a frog is?
No, I'm already picturing giant zombie whales crawling across the land trying to get us, so,
This is a death world that has a hive city, not a hive world that has a death jungle. Difference.
Just get us back to the city as quick as you can without going through this.
Well, that would mean going forward, fellas.
Without going through this.
Around the swamp it is.
He sounds annoyed, like he wanted to be murdered by these things.
Yeah, MacLeod,
Well, he hasn't
if you
seen
are
them,
that
so he doesn't
confident
actually
about...
know. Dark shapes in a tree and a big rock are not threats to him,
No.
so...
If Desdemona will point them out, she can describe them.
Well,
describe them.
Well, do you want to try describing them? They look like, honest to goodness, shadows with eyes.
Yeah, so if that's all I can say, I mean...
Yeah, that's all what they look like. There's a reason they have the name they have.
Yeah, well, she's pointed them out. I and Sigismund have auger arrays. We can
This
take
is
a
true.
look and
Do you want to
describe
spend a minute doing that?
That combined with optical
a
mechadendrite
half
means I can
round.
see in any kind
They're
of
within
visibility.
50
and
meters.
stuff.
Okay, so do you want to do that or not?
Sure.
Okay, so you turn your auger arrays on that and try and pinpoint the creatures. I would like you both to roll willpower now.
Woo. I'm fine.
Lucky you.
I'm fine.
Goody. You decide to jerk your faces away from that before it, sinks any further into your head. You're not sure why, actually. I mean, the impression you got was just this sort of clawed, chimpish creature. It didn't seem particularly horrifying, but something in your head was not letting you look at that thing and remain stable. So you looked away as fast as you could.
As my only experience with this sort of thing has come from exactly one place, my gut reflex is, oh, Jesus, there's warp monsters in that tree.
There's what?
My head, my eyes. There's things from the warp up there.
Well, I know what I'm doing. And he hits the reverse about as hard as he can.
There, we convinced him.
Fuck this.
I mean, probably not actually true, but they do the same thing, so...
Yeah, no, they're not warp creatures, but trying to look at a blur past its concealment is a very bad idea. So you've, I guess I'm going to use the term, dodged that encounter.
Hooray! We didn't fight a Bargrasar.
To be completely honest, it probably wouldn't have gotten involved. They are both slow and uninterested in that kind of situation.
I don't want to fight those blurs. There's 20 of them, for God's sake.
Yeah, that would have been interesting.
That's where Desdemona stands on top of the vehicle and flames everything.
Fuck this fucking
Yeah, she just starts
forest.
insulting everyone.
And to hell with you, and to hell with you.
You're a bunch of lesbians.
What?
I'm flaming.
God damn it. It's awful.
It was a little clever, I'll give it to him. Alrighty then. So that means you guys have to take a different route. So I'll just jump everyone over here, just to give you an idea.
Everything's green.
Yeah, you'll have to zoom out and hit Control F for the stream to catch up, please. Thank you.
So, unfortunately, rather than just doing this, you have been forced
Yeah, we get it.
a detour. And the swamp is bad news.
We should obviously go visit the wound, right?
If you want to visit the wound, that's your business.
That's obviously the best idea.
I like the endless stormfront.
You guys wanted to go hunting. I made a world. It's your problem, not mine.
Yep.
Ooh, let's
You're
go to
just
the
being
Weeping
facetious.
Cliffs. That sounds fun.
Spurious claims is a volcano. Could always go there, and I'm particularly proud of that name, by the way. Right then, swamp. I do have a picture, I believe, to help set the mood.
Oh my.
Mood.
Ah, no, here it
Rhymes
goes
with
again.
lewd.
It's
Something
nice.
to do with me holding control and trying to click on something. Sorry, everyone.
I like this area, which is apparently the bounty of all the seas.
That's where they get all their fish. To support the fact they have a hive city.
Fish.
Well, it's mostly crustacean creatures, but yeah.
Oh, I want to see Deadliest Catch on this planet.
It would last
run
one
to
season,
squeeze.
and the season would be about 2 episodes.
2 episodes? Jesus, they managed to wrangle, like, what was it, 8 out of Whale Wars? And that's a season 1?
Well, the reason for that being, unlike in Deadliest Catch, there it is. Unlike in Deadliest Catch, they were catching stuff and it was dangerous, but, not so dangerous as to where everyone died from death whale, basically.
Whale Wars just as a show bothered me. Just the very idea did. There are no good guys in that conflict.
No, you're just waiting to the end of the series to see whether or not they all died.
I've never actually watched it, just the idea of it bothered me because I know that there are no good guys in that conflict.
Yeah.
Right, now I'm going to try and put it down.
Greenpeace is a bunch of tools, and the whalers are sort of evil, but most of them are just dudes trying to make money for their families.
And those guys weren't even associated with Greenpeace. They were just ass clowns who happened to get access to a boat and a TV crew.
Lovely.
We're Happy Blue, an unaffiliated corporation of Greenpeace.
That's about what the swamp looks like. Everyone get a good see of that?
It's a swamp.
Yep, that's about the terrain you're dealing with.
It's swampy.
To say you have slowed to a crawl is not descriptive enough. You're maybe going 1/5 as fast as you would walking down the street.
Critical question.
Mm.
Has Sigismund managed to repair the land speeder?
After this amount of time, he is most of the way through. He hasn't taken the drug, so he's still, you're gonna guess an hour, maybe 2 off. So
Fair
yeah,
enough.
he could probably repair it, and that would help. In theory.
I'm just thinking
people
the extra
who
mobility.
want to take a look out to please roll me awareness and or perception to keep a lookout.
Awareness.
Or any other similar lookouty skills you may think of.
Asweption.
My awareness is okay now, because it's at least a 50% chance.
Mine's versus 40.
Hey, mine's versus 47.
I'm not going to bother. My awareness is 16. Plus, I can't get the thing to open.
You just got disconnected again, apparently.
I disconnected myself because it wouldn't
Okay.
load and it wasn't loading.
Yep.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, fancy D100. Hey, look at me!
Yeah, I might as well
Cheater.
take a swing at it.
Wow, holy
Yeah,
shit.
no.
Okay.
I see the fabric of reality.
Yeah, you
Great.
kind of do.
You go insane.
It's made out of velvet. Or velour.
Since I can't look in 2 places at once, that's pretty helpful.
Sorry, I just had to put something together because you saw the thing I didn't think you'd be able to see.
I see everything.
I tap the swamp for mana.
Do you see dead people?
Yes. All of us.
Unfortunately, I am running a land destruction deck, so I have stopped you from doing that.
Asshole.
But what should you do?
That's awesome.
7 equals 7. Did you know? And 10 equals 10.
A mathematical proof that 1 equals 1 took up like 1,000 pages.
Uh-huh. Because that's the really complicated stuff.
If you're talking about Gödel's proof, it was actually that 1 plus 1 does indeed equal 2.
There was this one I was reading about where they were trying to deduce math from basic logic principles, and like halfway into the second volume, they take a step out to say, now as you can see, once we have determined what 1 is, 1 plus 1 will equal 2.
Yeah, there's another thing about, while I'm waiting for Skullhat to find this stuff, there's another thing about Gödel's proofs. He's also proven that no formal system that can prove itself correct can be proven complete, and vice versa.
Huh.
So any subset of mathematics that can prove itself correct is by definition not provable as we have learned all of mathematics. And that particular essay is a real brainfuck to get your head around.
That's basically all mathematical papers after a certain point.
I only dipped my toe in it because I didn't have to for university, but once you get out of high school math, it starts getting ridiculous.
Tell me when everyone's on the correct map.
This swamp is a monster face.
Of course, I was one of the few people in my high school class who knew what an imaginary number was, so...
Are you sure you weren't making it up?
I can see him right over there.
That's a number's imaginary friend, right?
Y'all want to hear how you're going to die or not?
Not really, because then I'll be dead.
Yeah, good point. I'll shut up. We'll just sit here in limbo forever.
Sounds good.
Okay, Mr. I rolled a fucking 1. You'll notice something very specific. However, everyone, for the most part, notices the following. You are just kind of trucking along, let's call it, through the thick, murky swamp, and you notice a couple things. One, there are definitely some fresh bodies over there. They look human-ish. The bones are extremely old bones from unknowable creatures, and they're almost fossils how old they are, and you doubt they're of any note. You've actually seen in this swamp at least a couple, none of the size, but they're around. Notably, those corpses, though, are fresh, and they might be human, or they could just be very human-like creatures, or some kind of xeno. Mr. I rolled a fucking 1 somehow noticed this pile of bones behind, like, most of a tree wall, a fallen tree, notices a pile of bones, and even notices the fucking creature in the pile of fucking bones, some fucking how.
I'm guessing that either he got the land speeder sensors working, or he just happened to have his Auspex array running at the moment.
That's what I'm going with.
That implies that he doesn't have that running at every moment of his life.
Yeah. Hey, there's one drawback to this. One small, tiny drawback. Roll a willpower check.
Whoa.
Because you see this thing in its fullest. Fail? By how many degrees?
You might want to spend the fate point here, buddy.
Fate point on that.
That's...
Fair enough.
No willpower test can come out well.
What was your aim?
Is my willpower? My willpower is 35, so I might want to do that again.
Okay, you can spend as many fate points as you want.
Wait, you can do it multiple times? I would have done that before.
Wait, can you?
Because I like making you waste fate points, I'm debating whether I want to rule it that way.
Roll a failed test once is a solid roll.
Yeah.
There you go then.
So I did
how many
fail.
failure degrees is that, 2?
54, that's actually only...
That's only
you said
one.
35? Yeah.
That's only one.
Well, it's 2 now.
What?
Okay.
How's
You
it
need
2
to
now?
roll...
Modifier he didn't tell you about.
So he's failed his fear. Now you need to make an insanity test.
Whoa.
Yay. Well, you've done this before, so you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You have 2 degrees of failure here, for reasons.
Just need to get back to insanity.
While he's figuring that out, I will describe it for him and him alone. You're fairly certain one of those corpses is no corpse, or if it is a corpse, it's one that can still move. Some sort of dissected humanoid, insectoid, but not thing with wings is lurking in that pile, and he's either very much alive or is dead and keeps moving anyways. And it is horrifying. The only thing that comes close to how terrifying and unnatural this thing is the daemons of the warp themselves.
So wait a minute, how many insanity points did I gain?
You failed a fear check. Let's see.
Because I don't roll unless I get a certain amount.
Hold on. I need to go find the page with that again on it.
Hey, you better wish for Shia LaBeouf to be around. He can get you out of any situation, even though he's a big screw-up.
But he's also a cannibal.
An actual cannibal.
Damn it. And the memes just keep stacking up.
Where the heck is
He's got-
insanity?
We should have all gone to the Shia LaBeouf Film Festival.
Does that actually exist?
That was a thing he did. He did
watched
a thing.
all of his movies.
He watched all of his movies and brought an audience in, yeah.
I think he was streaming it.
Shia LaBeouf has gotten sort of insane over the past few years.
Yeah, and I don't blame him one bit, considering all of the attention has made him, by proxy of his characters, seem like a mugging asshole.
You need to roll. Okay, you failed on the fear test. You need to roll on the shock table. And add 20 to it. And those apply immediately.
What?
I think he showed up to some award ceremony with a paper bag on his head.
By add 20.
Okay, so here's what you're doing.
The shock table is you roll a d100 and you add the degree of shock to find what you're doing.
Well, you failed by 30 or more, so you've gained your D5 insanity points, in this case, 5 more insanity points, and now we have to roll on the table of shock.
Okay, so D100 and add 20... What?
Yeah. Add 20 to...
So, okay. Sorry, hold on a second. Okay, D100 for shock, right?
Mm-hmm. An actual D100.
Oh, right, yeah, so I should just do that manually.
Because it says very specifically roll a D100 instead of...
Oh, it's never an actual D100 when it says
really?
that.
It means everything? Okay, never mind. 2 D10s.
Yeah, it says that at the beginning of the book.
Alright, there you go. And you're adding 20, so add 20 to that for 65. You have hit... The character is frozen with terror. The character may make no action until he snaps out of it. After snapping out of it, the character makes all tests with a -10 penalty for the rest of the encounter. The character gains another 1d5 insanity.
Another?
Points.
Where did the first one come from?
The first one is simply by failing it by 30 or more.
Where are you seeing that?
Right under fear checks. Here, failing the fear test, pay...
Oh, if the non-combat fear test is failed by 30 or more, okay.
295, and this is technically a non-combat fear test. And you're still taking the shock effect, and the shock effect is another d5.
Alright, do you want to roll that or should I?
I will let you roll this one.
Okay.
Okay, that's a total of 8 insanity points.
So I don't have to roll shit on mental trauma.
What?
I'm not at the next level of needing to roll that yet.
Okay, good.
It's at every
however, you're still
10.
affected by shock, so until you snap out of it, you're just going to sit there frozen in terror. Just get...
How do we define the encounter now for...
You all see him freeze up and just kind of shake in place, and I will basically be rolling some stuff. This thing may act before you get him awake, so we'll see.
Yeah, how does it define snapping out of it?
Oh, that one's easy. Every round you get a willpower test to snap out of it, literally.
Uh-oh, Sigismund's frozen. Have we tried rebooting him?
Blue screen of death.
I'm not going to turn him on and off again.
Just let me know when I need to roll
It
willpower.
seems like your thing.
She is actually going to reach over and try slapping him.
Like a willpower test. Not you, Sig.
Quick Desdemona,
That
try
passes.
turning him on and back off.
Okay, you break out of your blue screen, mostly by deleting every image you have of that creature in your head. And, yeah, you're aware again.
Well, I assume I can still tell them about it.
Well, you can babble at it, yeah.
There's a thing over there. There's a thing with her. We need to leave. We need to leave right now. There's a thing behind that log. Go.
Let's see.
Sounds good enough for me. Let's go.
You've got a minus 10 in all further fear checks for this encounter, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, so you may all respond to that. Or to him, rather.
Well, Percival's driving. Does he respond to that?
What do you mean? Explain yourself, boy.
Bony thing. Thing made of bones.
Well, that explains absolutely nothing. Is this normal for tech, fellas? I mean, is this got a virus or something?
Our captain can be quite prescient when he wants to be. At least stop the truck until...
No, don't stop the truck. Do not stop the truck.
Well, what way?
Behind that log.
Which way do we turn, man?
Don't go over there.
Let's just circle around until he calms down.
Fine. Hold on, let me see if I can get this thing going.
Take a jog around the east of those whale bones. What are you talking? What are you laughing about?
Well, I had him roll a drive test to see if he can get this thing going at a decent speed, let's call it. Like, actually, get a little bit of distance from whatever's freaked him out so badly. He rolled a natural 100.
Oh, lovely.
We're stuck.
You're stuck. He starts swearing very loudly, fucking son of a... And he slaps his thing, probably drawing a great deal of attention.
That's really inappropriate at this time to slap his thing.
Sir, please calm down, and I'm going
slapping his
I'm going to make sure I have the rifle out and keeping an eye out while
at cursing, Sig is immediately going to lean over his shoulder and look at anything he could possibly do to help with this.
It's actually not a mechanical problem. Technically, it's stuck in the swamp, as in the wheels are stuck in the swamp, as in it's spinning its wheels uselessly.
I should help by throwing a grenade at the wheels.
Then on that note, Sig's going to clamber back to the land speeder and be manning the gun. And be pointing it in the direction of where he knows the thing is.
Turn them word to patches.
I need awareness or perception checks from basically everybody.
Do you need it from me?
Yeah, everyone. Yeah, basically everyone.
It didn't pass.
Yeah, everyone.
Carnum
including
to
Joanna,
patches.
I passed. Even with the minus 10.
I only do if I get a plus 40.
I failed.
Okay, so tell me if you've passed. That's the first thing.
Nope.
Anyway, I'm going to contact Patches and have him start driving the ship out here along the ground.
He 10 force.
I passed.
We're stuck in the swamp. Follow my homing beacon. Kill anything that attacks you.
Understood. So only Sig passed?
Yeah, I think that's the case.
Oh, goody. Hey, roll me another willpower check, Sig.
God damn it! Okay, using my other fate point on that. I have 2 fate points. Use my other one on that.
All right, fair enough. Oh wow!
Well, it's worse.
That's
You
a
must
failure
take
of like
the
a
result
million.
even if it's worse.
So first things first, you failed by 30.
Yeah.
Embrace the insanity.
Yeah, that's what's going to be happening here.
So I think we're gonna have to make a shadow mage.
Okay, so hold on.
These things don't hunt the usual way.
First
they drive
thing
you
I do.
insane.
First thing I do is I have to roll for mental trauma.
So
I do still have a plus 10 on the trauma modifier, which is a good thing.
Okay, so first things first. You're taking a minus 10 penalty because of your first shock and all further willpower tests. So that's technically 106 you rolled. So how many degrees of failure is that for you with your willpower?
With 106?
Mm-hmm. How many degrees of failure?
70. Not 70 degrees.
7.
Wow.
7 degrees.
I'm like, wow.
Yes,
So,
I
okay.
failed by 70.
So you're adding 70 to your shock roll, and you've already taken 2 insanity just because you failed by 30 or more. So 2 more insanity.
I'm handling the mental trauma right now because that happens immediately.
Yep. Oh, mental trauma. You hit a threshold. Fun.
Yeah. I just roll another willpower, but I do add a 10 to it, so it just equals out to normal.
Yep. There you are then.
Nope.
What do you get?
God.
You might want to burn a fate point.
I mean, I can. It'll take me down to 1.
It's better than whatever's going to happen.
I don't know how
many
you
we
can
adding?
survive
Is
with
this
only
just flat?
one.
We're not adding anything to this one?
Hold on a second.
Because this is just...
Yeah, can I burn a fate point to just pass this?
There's no real way to pass mental trauma, guy. I will let you, however, burn a fate point to simply pass the fear of this one entirely to where you never took the check in the first place, essentially.
Okay, that's
like
fine.
You passed your first willpower attempt.
I'll burn a fate point for that. Yeah, fine.
Fate point burned. You never had to deal with this one. Like you pressed down your fear and just didn't fucking look at it.
The 90 you rolled was actually a 1.
Or something, yes. For your initial willpower.
I learned not to look at this thing.
Since no one else passed, no one else actually saw this thing. So, continue with your ramblings, Sig.
There are now 2 of them. The other one's behind us.
We're stuck, so what do you want me to do about it? Says Percival irritably.
Is the land speeder run?
Give him 30 minutes.
Point this out to me.
You don't want to. You really don't want to.
He doesn't want to, but she has guns. Guns kill things.
Point. Do you point out in which one?
I'll point out the one behind us.
Okay. I would like a awareness or perception from Desdemona. Sorry, please.
Well, she's not going to pass that unless it's really obvious.
What is your pass threshold?
40. So I lost by 26 there.
Yeah, not quite. No, you still don't see what the hell he's talking about.
If I go to investigate, will you calm down?
No. You'll
No.
die.
So, the land speeder's mostly running, right? Do we got the repulsors going?
It might be able to float, but it's not, gonna go in a direction.
Well,
and it won't float for that
Sig will
long
work on
either.
it then, but he's gonna stay plugged in because he can switch from working on it to the gun because he's plugged in for both.
Mm.
All right, let's
You're
keep
gonna sit
quiet.
here and just quietly hope.
Let's keep quiet. Keep your head down and working, and we'll keep an eye out.
Tech
Speaking of,
use.
everyone except Sig make a perception or awareness check as you're keeping an eye out.
That's just my tech use there because
All right.
I continue to not pass.
I passed by 7.
If you pass, say something, and it looks like only Skith has passed.
Yep.
You noted the one in the back. Roll a willpower.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and spend a fate on that because fuck that. That's a little better.
that's better.
All right. You for a second there, you saw what unrattled Sig really badly, and you agree. Yeah, that is unnatural in every way. It should not be.
Did I see it well enough to line up a shot on it?
Unfortunately, it has quite a lot of cover, and it will have it has good, really good cover. But yeah, you could theoretically shoot at it.
I take a few moments to aim.
Okay, you start aiming.
Yeah. Half action to aim, half action to shoot.
Hold on. Okay, so half action aim, half action shoot. Okay. Let's take your shot.
This is inside short range for this, so I do get the plus... Not point blank, but short. Is that plus 10 or plus 20?
10.
It's not. It's bigger than a person, but it's not like hulking.
Okay.
So you don't get any size bonuses there.
Okay, so just plus 20 total. And as soon as I get my mouse back on the correct monitor, god damn it. Move.
Like most of its size is its wings, to be honest.
Yep, there we go. Sorry, I was just having some trouble getting my keyboard focused back on the right computer.
Alright, take your shot.
Alright, so 65. That's with
Alright.
the rail rifle.
It will try to dodge. It moves impossibly fast. Like, 1 second it's there, the next, it is simply not. You're not even sure where it went.
Okay.
Now we're fighting vampires. If
We
they
already
start-
knew we were
so
dead.
if a shot rings out and everyone like turns to see what the hell Sketh just shot at. Apparently he just tried to murder a tree. Or an already dead tree.
There is a small burning hole in a piece of the foliage, and Sketh says, something over there. I think. Definitely something. Don't know where it is now.
Did you kill it?
I did not hear that round hit anything hard enough to not be leaves, so no.
Try again.
When I see it.
Desmond looks back, sees nothing. Looks to Percival.
Please,
Are there hallucinatory gases in the swamp?
That's a good question. Percival pipes up, says, not so far as I know. I mean, maybe. Not impossible. Not in this section, I think. It's as the swamp goes, it's well traveled, and people would have said something if there was something. But it could be some species we haven't encountered before. This place is chock full of shit.
Yes.
Bones.
Another bout of perceptions from everyone, please.
Damn
Including
it.
Sig this time.
I think
Perceptions
after
and or
this one
awareness.
might be a good place to stop. It's coming up on go time.
Right
Oh,
up.
you've got a point there. Let's finish up with these perceptions and awarenesses because something important is going to happen.
Looks like everyone passed but Scaff.
Yep.
Can I spend a fate point to fail that?
You can use a fate point to re-roll it.
You can use a fate point to re-roll it and hopefully fail.
That's better.
I want to fail!
He
So
doesn't
did
want
anyone
the damn
pass?
willpower test. Carry on.
Did anyone pass?
I did not.
I did.
Sig, you passed?
Yep.
Well, from your vantage point, it kind of makes sense.
I also
Um,
passed.
I need to actually...
Booga booga booga. Oh no, he's extending the jungle. It is
The
getting
swamp.
deeper.
Well,
moving
they're
in.
up, not there.
Yeah.
That's about a swarm. They're pretty distant. Like, well over 100 meters distant. Like, they're really distant. But, there are flying things coming from the outer reaches of, like, where the forest is. They're kind of perched on the border of the forest and the swamp. And they're coming this direction, and there's more than 5.
I am so glad I didn't notice that.
They're actually far enough away to where you're not actually going to have to roll this second. But, thing is, they might be 100 meters away, but the border of the forest is quite a bit further than that.
Yeah.
And they got here in one turn. Like, you saw blurs moving at roughly the speed you would imagine as, I don't know, a small starship could go. Not in warp travel, obviously, but, like, these things are stupid fast.
Your arrival there, Patches.
So, yeah, that's a good place to stop.
Yeah. You know what's going to be happening the very first thing next, you know? Sig's going to be going open fire on everything in eyesight.
Good on him. So yeah, we can stop there as you guys are encountering easily the most dangerous thing in this swamp that has nothing to do with how it fights. It fights very, very, very differently. It's not going to try and claw you to death, probably.
It's just going to snuggle up and eat our brains from
I
the
think I
inside
might
out.
just. I think
I'm
it's time
sorry,
to just
I've been,
fly
like,
back to the
pounding.
city on my power board.
I feel kind of bad that Sketh and Sig have had like the worst luck. Like Sketh gets the shit kicked out of him by melee shit, and Sig has been getting the shit kicked out of him by insanity shit. I'm not doing this on purpose. You guys just Keeps happening.
It happens.
Actually, kind of sucks I didn't get the rolls on me. I have stuff to mitigate that.
Mm-hmm.
Sisters are kind of trained to handle insanity.
Yep, because you got to be able to look at the demons to shoot the demons.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Well, it's time for me to eat, so I'll see you guys later.
Yep. I will see you all on the 3rd for Clustering.
Yep. See you guys around. Have a very Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
And I will be around on the weekends and not too busy still, so you can find me on Google Plus or whatnot.
I'm an
Most likely to be
atheist,
around
so
as
I
well.
won't be doing that.
I'll be on Steam if
You
anything.
won't be on Google Plus because you're an atheist?
No, I won't be having a Merry Christmas.
Oh, well.
Have an unmerry Christmas.
Have
I'll
a
be having
holiday,
any
damn
kind
it.
of Christmas.
Have a Merry Un-Christmas.
I will watch a Muppet Christmas Carol, though.
Sounds
That's always
like a
good to
plan.
watch.
See y'all later.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.